I guess he doesn't know what silence means.
Gore readings and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. We are back in our regular spots that you're used to. Back from LA. It was an epic trip. But if you're unaware, I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
And Pugs Dread.
Namaste. Howdy.
So yeah, back together. Good to see everybody.
Good to have this distance between us, I'll be honest.
So you don't have to elbow him or back fist anymore?
I'm back home to a tropical storm that's supposed to.
Everyone's yelling, producer Todd, where are you? Damn it, Todd started. This is because we had to fix one thing. The Dane has to go get a fucking soda. And of course, when I tell him, okay, quiet, we're going on. First thing this motherfucker does is open it. right as we're the fucking starting.
Was that heard on air? Because
I fucking let. That's why I said.
Okay,
I'm glad I didn't say
I
anything
told
else.
you literally to be quiet because we're starting. First thing, the soda we had to wait for this motherfucker to go get. Yeah, I'm already.
No, you had to make room. That wasn't on me.
That is.
I was ready to go. I would have done the show thirsty, but
no, well, you're always thirsty.
Fuck yeah.
I know that's why your pockets are low.
What's up, Orc, Zombie, JG, Punisher Batman fan? Howdy, everybody. Did I get everyone?
Yes,
Steve,
leg free.
All right. That's the main event of AW.
Kruger's on assignment tonight, so he'll be back next time.
I will probably check out AEW tomorrow, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it never.
It's not that big of a priority. Is today the Daniel Bryan and Nigel? Is that happening today?
Okay, that's enough for me to watch. Okay,
I don't know if it's today.
That's the one that I'll check that out.
Okay, Grand Slam. That's what they call that fucking thing.
I'm happy for Nigel. It's one of the cooler things going on right now.
Wins.
He said it is Grand Slam, but
okay. Then I will watch today. Fuck.
I came home. We crammed in a lot. We got a lot tonight.
Dan, you didn't have to watch anything for this show you didn't watch before you left, so you didn't have to go home and cram anything for this show.
Not true. There was a lot of TV stuff that I tried to get in.
You guys watched the Shudder?
We didn't have one thing in for this show, Dan. It was all done before you left.
You guys watched the Shudder movie?
Everything on the show tonight we watched before Dan went home.
The movies, yes, but I also had to get in for other shows. The Mr.
Okay, well, no, we're not talking about that. You said for this show, Dan. No, other shows. You didn't go home and watch shit for this show.
I even watched that Agatha thing.
That's not show official, though. Todd is correct in this.
Every single thing on this show you watched before you touched a foot back into Georgia.
That's true. I watched all the movies.
Okay, then what the fuck are you talking about? Steve, yes, we're going to do a McMahon documentary review. We're just trying to figure out the time. I think tentatively we're looking at Sunday.
Is that gonna be live? Or am I gonna have to be censored? You might want to watch live.
Yeah, man. You never know.
Yeah, I don't know what the best format for that is. I'm on episode 4. I will be finishing it right after the show.
I haven't started it yet, but I guarantee you I'll devour that shit.
Yeah. I thought it was like a 90-minute thing. I didn't realize there was another docu-series, and I'm like, fuck, it dropped at like 3 a.m. my time, and I'm like, I can't.
I was wondering why you were all excited about it. I'm like, you're gonna get through the whole thing right now?
Yeah,
okay.
I know.
No.
He thought it was a movie. I was like,
Zombie, I'm with you. McMahon is a saint. But let's don't get too far. Ooh,
yeah, I was just gonna say it's more.
Yeah.
Plug your ears, Pugs. It's really like, it's not just Vince. It's really the whole WWE story, if we're being honest. That's it. That's all I was going to say. So if you have anything against it, that's worth a watch. You're good.
Okay.
No, I was just letting them. Yeah.
There's a couple interesting bits already that I'm curious to talk about.
So. We'll talk about it. Yeah.
So that should be fun.
I will say this, Steve. The very first thing they tell you, this was filmed before the allegations.
Up until the final interview is what they said at the beginning.
But yeah.
I don't know if that interview happened.
No, they very clearly say it doesn't. So you weren't reading all the words correctly.
But that is going to be factored into the end. You know, he's not going to talk about taking shits on people's heads.
I wish he would. It wouldn't be hilarious if before you hit the Netflix sound, the boom, it's a toilet flushing.
Got to get the new intro ready for.
Oh fuck yeah, Dan, did you have fun out here?
I had a blast. It was a great
my
trip.
favorite part of the trip? Dan, you tell us yours first. What was your favorite part of the trip?
Well, XPW, of course.
Right. Mine was dropping him off at the airport.
I was going to say.
Well,
get out. Did you even stop or did you just go pretty slow?
No, I made sure he was on the right terminal. I didn't want to come back and pick him up.
California is crying right now. Maybe not you, but the entire state.
Tears of joy?
Yeah, exactly.
It is crying. It is crying.
We got that Crocodile D looking motherfucker out of our beautiful state.
Crocodile Dundee. Put some respect on the name, Todd.
That's what I said, Crocodile.
You said Crocodile D. You were just...
No, I didn't, Dan.
Crocodile D. Go back to the
Crocodile
video.
D also.
Thank you, Pugs. Thank you.
Don't get crazy. You know how this ends.
What did you hear, Pugs? Let me ask you.
Dundee.
Thank you.
Dundee's.
I heard Crocodile.
If I did say that, I said it too fast, but yeah, I'm not fucking Dan. I know how to. I know words.
I love lamp. What else did we do here? We go over knots.
XPW, Knott's Scary Farm. We'll talk about
lots of good food.
Yeah, we'll talk more about Knott's. Okay, you wanted me to bring it up. Brand new today, available at Carl's Jr. The Ghost. So not to be confused with the Daily Ghost, but so I had to try one since it appears we're not getting a Ghost Whopper this year.
This is bullshit too, because last year was 2 years ago. You guys introduced me to it, and I got addicted.
Last year,
I did spice up a little bit by throwing in some barbecue sauce and make it a little extra pugsy. So I was looking forward to this year and nothing to be heard, but then the Ghost popped up and I'm like, Todd, have you done this?
It's not the same. It is. Oh. It's a nice alternative to the Ghost or the El Diablo. It tastes very Carl's Jr. Like it's good. I enjoy it, but it has like the pickles on there. I'm not sure if I like or don't like yet. Because it is more of a traditional burger. Like the El Diablo is kind of like the Western bacon. That's like the spicy Western bacon because you don't have any lettuce. You have poppers instead of rings. Basically, they're close. This is closer to like a normal Famous Star. It's got the lettuce, tomato, onions, but it's got the ghost pepper cheese and the sauce. And the pickles are I'm not sure if they're normal pickles or they're sweet pickles. They felt really crispy.
Oh, okay.
But either way, it came together. It was good, but it's not going to be something like, I still have the El Diablo to, when it's gone. I'm not going to be like sad when
I would like you to play Mad Scientist though, and take half of each, the Diablo and the Ghost, and put it together, make the Diablo Ghost, and eat that.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Slasher says we have Hardee's, didn't get the El Diablo. Still pissed. Sorry about that. Now it's like
a version though.
No,
Hardee's is not the same. I'm telling you.
They're the same at the core. There's certain items that are at both, but then they both have their own.
Oh.
Like if you look, they're both going to have certain like things that are, because I've looked at both menus curiously, but there are things.
Carl's is better.
JG Michael, Jaundice.
No, but so yeah, I forgot what I was saying before that, the whole Hardee's thing. But yeah, I think it's worth trying. I enjoyed it. I'll get it again.
Okay.
But
yeah, do the
no. What I was going to say was the experimenting. That's where you were. All I got to do to El Diablo blow it up is throw some poppers on it. Then it's basically, and I'll be honest, I was fiending for the El Diablo when it was gone, and I started doing that on like the other burgers and make it spicy, and it was working. Then they brought it back, and I didn't have to. So now that was the first thing I thought today. Next time I got to throw some poppers on this bitch.
All right.
And that's basically combining them if you look at it.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
We also, or at least I got to try the mummy taco out there at Jack in the Box.
I did have one.
Good. Yeah, really good, right?
I agree. And also the wings. I was shocked. They didn't give me the right ones that I ordered, but it was still delicious.
Oh, yeah. I think I got the Parmesan.
That's the one I wanted. I ended up getting the sweet sriracha or whatever the fuck it was. It was.
I may have tried that too. I got wings, I think, twice.
Yeah, I remember I gave you one off of mine or two.
Yeah. I tried whatever you got. Yeah.
I didn't like the mummy taco as much as you guys.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I
the
think it
extra
was
cheese and the bacon together.
I like that. I didn't like the soft tortilla on the outside.
That kind of sealed it with the cheese for me.
I get it, but I didn't like it. I would have.
Is it the texture? Maybe
if it was a corn instead of a flour, that because a flour tortilla is so white. It's like it's
good, dude.
It's delicious. I like flour tortillas too, but I think that was my thing. Like taco is corn for me. Otherwise, it's a white people taco. Not to say Jack in the Box is not a fucking white people taco. This is the monster taco was just an FU Taco Bell.
Monster Taco is good. I love Taco Bell. I can't talk shit.
But I mean, that's totally like going after their market.
Yeah, the double decker. The cheesy gordita crunch. The same shit. But yeah, the bacon in a taco is fucking genius.
Yeah.
Finally, I feel proud of being American for a little bit.
I'm glad I tried it, but it's like they have the monster tacos back right now. I'd rather just get those. I love the monster tacos.
I wonder if we can ask them just put the cheese and bacon inside the monster taco. I'm sure they would.
I'd be like, nah, fuck
you. We don't do it that way, pal.
Before you could choose your munchie meal, I used to be like, hey, can you just put all regular fries instead of? They'd be like, we can't do that. We can't. Sometimes they would. It depends who it was. If they were cool.
Fucking
God, what was the name of the burger again?
The Ghost.
That's
it.
Okay, that's
like on my app. It said double the Ghost.
Oh, nice.
I wouldn't do double though. My asshole is a Johnny Cash song at the end when I eat hot food now. Like it happened a couple years ago. I'll still do it, but like it has to be worth it.
I was daring. I did that on the way to the movie. So
you're a brave man.
Isn't it confirmed that Ring of Fire is about anal?
I don't know.
I believe that's like a thing out there.
I always refer to it like that. So
I don't know.
Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. That's
he fell into a burning ring of fire. It could also be a chick with an STD or STI or whatever they're saying.
Yeah, I get really that actually makes a little more sense to me, but the other makes sense too, I suppose. Maybe it's both.
You can do whatever, believe whatever you want. It could be about Lord of the Rings. They are Sauron. Who knows?
Maybe that whole thing's about anal as well.
Well, I'll tell you, everything Dan says is about him getting anal. So there we go. That's the deeper meaning. Trauma horror, really about Dan getting anal.
We did watch Girl Lost, which we'll be talking about at some point.
Right? Oh, yeah. We got to figure out what we're taping that with that. And we got another one, too.
Yeah, you ain't seeing that on YouTube.
How do you know? We can talk about this very.
Could be an edited one. Dan's going to be too erect for it.
Okay, well, Dan, because Dan doesn't know how. It's all right. When we do our Showgirls 30th year commentary next year, Dan's not invited. I'm saying that now. He botched 25.
You did.
Was it 5 years?
Yes, it was. And I will not let it go until we record it. But it's actually only been 4 years. It'll be 5 years next year, Dan.
Yeah, well, we're getting close to next year. This year's going by fast. It doesn't seem like we're already.
No, I just had the longest 2 weeks of my life.
Yeah.
Billy Bean says I'm more a Del Taco fan than the Bell. Yeah,
well, I mean,
I agree.
Del Taco's better food. It's closer to Mexican.
Yeah,
I'm Team Taco Bell on this, but I fuck heavily with Del Taco.
They're different. They're both, but like I mean, Taco Bell's Mexican inspired cuisine, like it says. Del Taco still trying to be.
They're not hitting for the border.
I stopped hating on Taco Bell once I saw their Mexican inspired food. I'm like, all right, that explains why the chalupa is nothing like a chalupa. Those taquitos are all soft and whatever the hell. It's like you're just taking our names and turning them into whatever you already have in the store to make something out of it. So.
Yeah, no, maybe it's because I haven't had access to Del Taco all the time until the last year and a half or so. But I appreciate Del Taco a lot more.
Steve L. Jack in the Box is the real Mexican taco. Well, after a
Does it
few
have mystery?
Coronas,
Yeah, well, and it has
Mystery
mystery meats just like you would get in Tijuana. So you might be right there, Steve.
Rata. You see any cows around here? Demolition Man, classic. Go watch it.
Gotta renew my passport when we can go down to Tijuana next time.
Oh my God, all 4 of us in Tijuana.
We're gonna see Dan for 10 minutes. You do realize that.
I know, but
You think he doesn't have self-control when we're getting tea? Can you imagine him in the place where there's donkey access?
I might be the one that'd be a loose cannon here. How much to fuck that thing? Not me, you. I wanted to see. Where's the cuck chair?
It's like, I'm
Where's the cuck chair? That needs to be a shirt.
That you won't buy.
I know.
But yeah, all 4 of us were in the same place at one time. That's fucking amazing.
Okay, Billy Bean, I'm going to correct this. When they were still named Noggles and Del Taco are not the same company, but Del Taco bought Noggles, and a lot of Noggles turned into Del Tacos.
This is before my time.
There's still Noggles. There's one actually right by the house. Next time you're here, we'll have to go.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay, you want the Noggles story? Jesus, we're fast food 15 minutes in. Noggles, back in the 80s. Noggles, after they, Del Taco bought them and they basically phased them out. They started doing pop-ups probably about 10 years ago because, like, one of the guys who loved Noggles bought the trademarks, all the recipes, and they started making it again. So the first one here is the menu. If it was a real Noggles, then the menu was different because they would have had the bean and cheese cup, what's the cheese? There's similars, like it's weird. There was things that disappeared from when that, but either way, Noggles, all the recipes and everything was bought, and they started doing pop-ups, and it became so popular because it was a big thing out here. And then they started. Do you remember where the Mad Greek was on Beach Boulevard? It was there for 100 years. That is now Noggles. When they closed, they bought that location. So it's right on Beach, right near Dan's favorite spot, about 5 minutes away. Okay. So, yeah.
JG Michael says Capital Tacos. I never heard of them.
Yeah, that I don't know how regional.
Is that just a Florida thing?
But
I've been there, but I didn't think it was Florida.
Okay.
It could have been. I've spent plenty of time in Florida, but I feel like I've been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, because going back to the Noggles when they redid, you can. It's OG Noggles. So,
Steve says I like eating at Lucy's when I visit LA.
The barbecue place, I think that's
like Lucille's.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's Lucille. Yeah. What is Lucy's?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Oh wait, is it that I Love Lucy restaurant or that 50s style like on the way here from Arizona?
Jeez. Taco John. All right. Well, yeah.
But yeah, we're way off topic. Let's get back to
we got like 20 minutes worth of.
Yeah, there was a great trip. You got Kruger suplexed me into Todd's Hood movie stack.
Is that clip out there on our Discord?
That's on Discord, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He didn't really. I feel like I kind of blocked that, but
both of your faces are fucking hilarious though, because you're like, it was like, Dad, please don't be mad at me. We're sorry.
I did feel bad, but
yeah,
I mean, I felt bad.
Let's move along.
Yeah, okay.
Did we tell? I can't even remember being down there. Did we tell?
Let's just move along.
Bloody car story.
Just tell him for me, Pugs.
Move along.
Okay, we'll move along.
I think we have talked about that already.
Yeah, maybe we did. But all right, so moving on to our first movie of the evening. And I should also, right before we do that, let you guys know October. It's going to be content every day, sometimes at weird hours. So check that out. You never know when something's going to drop.
Are you planning something I don't know?
Well, not everything's going to be the standard time.
But that was weird hour. Yeah.
I'm leaving it open for you. Maybe some will be weird hours.
Well,
Steve,
now
you
I'm
lost
purposely-
me. I don't. I'm gonna. Never mind.
Yeah, you lost them with the Mysterio.
Okay.
If it was the other one, you might.
Yeah,
you
if
might
Dominic
turn-
East there, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll give it a shot. That apple fell far from the tree. But we were talking about what now?
All right, our first movie of the evening from director Alexander Aja, Never Let Go. And in this film, a family that has been haunted by an evil spirit for years. Their safety and their surroundings come into question when one of the children question if the evil is even real. All right, so Alexander Aja, of course, starring the timeless Halle Berry, and
One of the good ones.
uh,
I'll throw that out there.
Nah.
Pugs, I'm curious what you think of this one because you just saw it, right? Yesterday?
Yeah, I saw it Monday. Big time Alex Aja fan. Like I coined in Aja we trust on the Horrified, and that took off for a little bit. So this is not my favorite of his work. However, it's still a solid piece. I didn't really connect with the young actors, and I think that's a big issue since that's like the main thing we got to hang on to. They did a fine job. It's just I don't want to be fucking. There's room for improvement there. I think Halle Berry did great. The things that we see, fucking rad design. Like, that's very cool. So yeah, but like it didn't really feel too much like an Alexander Aja movie to me. Like, but it's competently made. Yeah, like it seems a little too safe, or I don't know, straightforward in the box. I like him being a little more free. I don't know, maybe he was restricted or not.
I don't know if I'd say straightforward because it's kind of one of those interpret it how you want kind of thing.
But
I don't think
by
it is at the end. I think it starts to be, but then they kind of lay it out.
Well, that is well, I don't want to give that away.
Yeah.
But like parameters, I should say, instead of whatever I fucking said. But yeah, I did like it. It's not one of my favorites though. Like this is probably lower tier, along with Mirrors. I do like Mirrors though, but yeah, one step closer to Crawl 2, which I'm all for.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the movie's kind of a metaphor for blind faith. You know, that's kind of the theme. And there's a lot. I'm trying to be careful using specific words, but you know, it's one of those movies. It's up for interpretation. What's real? Are they hallucinating here? Is this really happening? I enjoyed it. You know, it totally different because this other movie earlier this year, Arcadian with Nick Cage. Obviously, it's a different kind of scenario. But I kept thinking, wouldn't that be awesome if the families just cross paths randomly? Be a good, I don't know. Throw Nick Cage in there somehow. The thing that I disliked the most about this, because I did enjoy it, but I thought when you get to the very end, there was one element about that I thought was very safe. Like I was like, you could have hit me a little bit harder there. And you know, I didn't mind some of the sort of biblical stuff that they had going on. There's a lot of imagery there that you can kind of, there's a lot that you Cain and Abel vibes with the brothers. You know, you can kind of tie that into what you think.
The tattoo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. But it doesn't spoon feed you at the same time. I like that. I don't mind kind of putting it all together at the end, but there were actually two safe things with the ending that I did not like. In fact, one in particular, I was like, I think that was kind of a cop-out. If you've seen it, you may or may not know what I'm talking about.
I think I'm going to be mad if that's what... I was relieved.
The
same thing. We can talk about that after.
Yeah. Yeah, but it held my interest. It's never truly, like, scary, but I thought it was very interesting. I guess I can kind of almost compare it to Lost, where it's like the build is more interesting than the final destination, perhaps. But Todd, I'm curious. I'm going to predict you hate it. Just
No,
on
I
the.
didn't hate it.
Oh, okay. Wasn't
It was
too
okay.
sure.
One thing that bothered me is the one kid looked just like one of the chicks from Black Panther, and I can't figure out which one's name, and I don't want to pick the wrong one, but the bald black kid, I don't know. She looked just like him, and it was pulling me out of the movie.
Denai Guerrero?
I don't remember which one. But
I am behaving so fucking hard. You guys might want to brush that.
That's all I got to say. No, I thought it was fine. It wasn't anything. Yeah, it's the lower end of his catalog.
Yeah, it doesn't have that Aja stamp for some. Like it's just something.
Yeah.
Something's a little off. I think it's the kids, but I don't know. I do want to watch it again. I will watch it again, and then maybe I'll figure out what.
You usually at least get a solid film from Aja, but I mean, at this point, he's not always a home run. I mean, I thought Crawl was a lot of fun.
Crawl
was
really amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
He's always upper tier for me.
Yeah, I don't know.
The house reminded me of Yellow Jackets too. I kind of like that. The setting.
I didn't finish that. Damn.
No.
Yeah.
Well, you know the setting of the first season. It kind of has that look and feel. So.
Yeah, but it was interesting, the whole rope angle, which I guess if you overthink that and how far they have to go and everything, that doesn't fully make sense, especially going through the woods. But yeah, I was intrigued for a while. I don't know if I'm entirely satisfied at the end, but I guess I'm okay with it.
JG Michael, you'll be hearing from my attorney.
I think the remake of
you're going to say it, and then you're going to gross me out because I'm with you on this. I do not think it's better than the original.
I think it's way better than the original.
I think it's way better than the original.
I don't mind.
I don't dislike
that.
it, but I don't think it's better. Maybe because it's just one fucking color the whole movie and it annoys.
Oh, but that movie is like stepping.
Let's not get too derailed. We should have that come. That should be.
We'll do a franchise show eventually on that because I love talking about part 2. All you goddamn haters.
Which part 2?
The good one, not that shitty one for the sequel to the remake.
You want me to really piss you off? Their part 2 is even better than their part 2.
Oh, I can't back you up on that one, dude. Although they do have a non-consensual scene that's not too bad.
Does the sequel to the remake have a goddamn dog flashback? It does not, so shut the fuck up.
It's a style of non-consensual.
I mean, 2 is... I mean, the sequel to the remake.
Okay, well, we should probably save this for our franchise show. When we do talk about
yeah. All right, but yeah, I think Never Let Go is worth go. If it's worth going.
No, you can wait till the streams. I'll
yeah, which is going to be in like 1 week probably at this point.
What are you talking about?
It's a little more.
It took us 17 days for the front room.
There,
front room. They should have just been like, yeah, you can. You can just watch this the next day on whatever. But yeah.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, B.
That last words, yeah.
I was reading the Crazies remake. I like the Crazies remake, but
there's only one part that is better than than the original, but the original is way better than the whole movie put together. And we can talk about that after. Yeah. I did legitimately freak out. Well, I'll just say the fucking mushroom cloud. I'm like, I don't ever want to see that in person. That looks scary.
That's the big issue with the remake. You're fucked. If you're that close, you're fucked. Like, it doesn't make sense where that's at. But I like the remake. The original's way better for the Crazies. But
the original's Dawn of the Dead without zombies. It's the same exact vibe. So good. Yeah. All right, so
I love it. All right, we're talking about even better movies, but Never Let Go. What do you rate it?
I'm gonna give this 3 out of 5. With once it hits streaming or VOD, it's worth a rental. Don't leave your house for this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Todd.
I'm with Pugs 100%. I'm a 3, and I'm also. You don't need to rush out to see this. There's nothing that screams I need to see this on the biggest screen possible. And yeah, if you're like us, you want to see everything on the big screen, and Dan's gonna make you feel bad. You don't. But if you really think this is something they need to rush out for, Dan, you're a goddamn theater shill at this point.
It depends how intrigued you are by it. But I also forgot to put over. I mean, Halle Berry's great. I like both kids because they have to carry the movie at certain points, and I thought they were really good. Yeah,
I had to beat one of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's.
Although there is another.
I'm at 3, by the way. Sorry.
Okay.
No,
Well,
so we're
there's
all on par. We're all slightly above average.
yeah. You know what?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a slight spoiler. I'm gonna save that in
Okay.
case we talk about it.
Yeah, we'll probably have a few tonight. All right, so there we go. Never Let Go. Now a movie we all saw together.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Elan's
Yes.
not here.
Oh, yeah,
right.
we didn't.
No, yeah, we should have told him to jump on.
Man.
Yeah, we have to get him on more often. I was going to say I miss having Ed on. It's been a minute, so maybe
That
Halloween.
one kid looked like the kid from Boys in the Hood. That's what I'm talking about. It looked like the one from Black Panther. But yeah, now I see it. Looks like little Trey in his red football
Those
jersey.
look like little fucking trash.
Now, if the other one looked like Doughboy, I would have been
Yeah, 5 stars. Oh man,
dragging him to the rope. You want to see the dead body?
the end of the movie.
It's funny how much the beginning of that movie is just Black Stand By Me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah. All right, so up next,
except instead of Kiefer Sutherland, you had a Gang of Bloods. So that's the only difference. Sorry.
JG Michael asked where Monster Kruger is. He is watching The Substance.
Yes.
yeah, I'd probably right this second. So yeah,
He should be creaming his pants right now watching The Substance.
there are several points where you might be creaming your pants watching The Substance.
Exactly.
All right, so fuck Todd. The Stand By Me and Boys in the Hood. What if you swap the characters and the settings? I'd like to see that.
I mean, I literally just said the beginning of the movie is like the same thing.
No,
so.
but he's saying swap the character.
Swap the character.
Oh, you would just like you have Corey Feldman run it
in the
But
hood.
the problem with that is they grow up. Well, I guess if you like had little Corey, then all of a sudden we have grown Corey, who's like Doughboy, but he's doing the Michael Jackson moves as an adult.
Yeah,
I want to see this.
imagine him just
And
like
Corey
move
Hames running from Charlie Sheen, that he throws a Crisco can at the end and it hits him, and you just see the other Corey yelling, "Hey!"
All right, so up next we have The Shade from director Tyler Chipman. And in this movie, following the loss of his father, a grieving 20-year-old struggles to hold his family together as an unspeakable darkness plagues his older brother. Okay, so The Shade, the first thing I'm going to say about this one, it's based on a 2020 short film, where that's interesting to me because you could definitely criticize this movie for the length. It's I think around 2 hours and
207.
207. Wow, yeah. Doesn't need to be 2 hours, 7 minutes. Having said that, I kind of sat with this one for a little bit. The lead, Ryan, he was played by Chris Gallist, who I recognized, and I realized he was in the Castle Freak remake a few years back. Yeah, that dude has star potential. He's dealing with the death of his dad, and some recent tragedies in the movie. This is one of these films where you sit with these characters for a very long time, where nothing particularly horrific happens, at least as far as any kind of supernatural shenanigans. But this is kind of a movie about how dudes deal with grief and loss. And I was into that for a good portion of this movie. I think Chris Gallist plays it very well, very realistic. I was invested. I wanted to see him make it through all of this. It's one of those movies where a lot of people are going to have an issue because the creepy visions that he's having, you're assuming that maybe you're going to get like some big special effects show or something at the end. It's just not that kind of movie. So you're going to have to.
We're talking about The Shade still.
Huh?
JG asked what movie we're talking about.
Sorry. Yeah, The Shade.
Oh, I don't see that on my. It hasn't popped up for me yet. That's why I didn't respond. You're pointing. I didn't see. Go ahead, Dan. Keep going.
Yeah, it's about. I mean, it's about dealing with trauma. It's one of those sort of grief horror movies, although again a little bit more grounded, nothing too over the top. I loved the relationship with the brothers and everything. I thought the actor that played the younger brother was great. Dylan McTee, who is the brother who is coming back into the home, has been away for a little while. And I thought the tension, yet at the same time, the love between those two characters, I thought was handled really well. But I sense similar feelings that a lot of people will have with this. You get up to the finale, and it's like, I get the ending, it makes sense, but I think for most people you're going to need a little sizzle there. It just kind of ends, and I totally understand the ending. I don't think it's an ending that you have to think too much about, but it's going to piss off the people just looking for a popcorn flick.
Unless you're not sure if they're holding something or doing a hand gesture. That's the only confusing part about the end. We had that conversation.
Yeah, we did. And it almost doesn't matter. But
I mean, but the whole thing, it's like the abrupt endings, nothing new. I mean, we had that in like every fucking A24 horror film for like 10 years straight. So I don't think that, it's anything different than any other art film that just kind of, here's a story.
It's ambiguous though. Like,
I don't think it is either, but I mean,
yeah.
So I don't think it's just that. I mean,
yeah. It's a simple message, is what I'm saying. You didn't need 2 hours and 7 minutes to tell that story, but I thought the cast was fantastic.
Yeah, I was never bored though. That was the thing. I did check the time once, just out of curious where we were at.
Yeah,
but I wasn't bored with what was going on.
It was just taking his sweet ass time.
Yeah,
because I enjoyed everybody. I liked the dynamic, the family dynamic. The boyfriend girlfriend stuff was cool. Like I do enjoy drama, so that part was cool. They remind me of like old school CW shows, not really the new ones because they're drama light, but anyway, it felt like very old with their communicating. And then just the kid having to
try to say this was Dawson's Creeky. Is that what?
Dawson's Creeky Seventh Heaven, but like a little darker.
I don't know if you can get darker than Seventh Heaven now, folks.
That fair. Fuck. No, but
Seventh Heaven threw you off.
Yeah, it did. Now I got all these Diddy jokes going through my brain, which I'm sure we'll cover eventually.
I also thought the girlfriend was really Mariel Molino. There's a lot of people in this. I'm like, I think there's some stars in the making in this movie, but I don't know if I know most people are not going to have patience for this one.
Why are white people so mean to their moms? Like, I had to sit and watch Dan talk to his mom it's like, God damn, y'all.
Was he mean to his mom?
Mean to my mom.
You don't witness it. Yeah. You don't. That's the way you talk to your mom.
Yeah.
You won't understand.
Yeah, white people.
I know. I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
I
am very nice to my mom.
Like, you're gonna get the chocolate, dude.
Right? Yeah. he would have got like 3 words out of his mouth before he was getting beat. Leaving his goddamn theater trash everywhere, yelling.
I don't leave my theater trash.
Entitled white person.
How many times we saw like 7, 8 movies,
and you didn't start picking up your trash till I started shaming you
every time. I'm not saying
no, you did not, because I didn't say it the first 2 times. I watched you leave like 8.
I didn't leave 8.
Did you tell me you did not do it till I shamed you into doing it?
You were about to do it when we saw The Substance. Was that the first movie we saw together?
Yeah, I threw
No, it wasn't the first movie.
Yeah, after I said something.
Not true. I threw it away at The Substance.
Was it Substance Day? Okay, whatever.
See, this is why I don't believe half of what Dan says. I'm gonna start pulling out my
fake news.
I would go to the board if Dan's not nice.
Well, I am very considerate. Thank you.
Start calling out bullshit, Dan. Be nice and move on.
Oh, Daily Ghost wants to know if Dan is a bad house guest. I don't think he would, but at a movie theater, he just leaves his shit everywhere, keeping him.
I bled on nothing there.
This is true. Dan does have one thing going this trip that he didn't bleed.
I didn't bleed on anything.
I haven't blacklighted my room yet.
I was going to say, what other bodily fluids?
I did not bleed on anything. Thank you. But where were we? Sorry. Yeah, The Shade.
Good, not great.
Yeah, if it sounds interesting to you, give it a shot at home.
Yeah, I went in totally blind, so I had no idea anything going in.
Same. And I had to go to fucking Fullerton for this. I fucking hate Fullerton, but Dan was in town, so I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll see this.
You know, it was that or Orange, and I'd much rather deal with Fullerton parking than the fucking block.
Fair.
And they have shitty seats there.
I did enjoy my seat and tray. Like I can't, like I had a place to put my phone. That's great.
Yeah, they have like the old school theater, like
Yeah.
you know, the stadium seating still, unless you get Dolby.
You
I
know,
still hate Fullerton, but I ended up getting Portillo's
Yeah.
at the end of the night, so that was fine.
Portillo's,
and we
if
made
you're
some
in-
bangers. Oh shit! I got to do that one, the one that you broke it.
Why doesn't more fast food do hot dogs?
A lot of people don't like hot dogs, dude.
Yeah,
Like for some
Because
reason,
this
I
is in
fucking love hot
Chicago.
dogs too. And also, they would hate me in Chicago
because
I
there's
like
fucking
it.
Wiener Schnitzel, Dan. That's why more people
I
do
like
it. If you
Wiener
want a hot
Schnitzel.
dog, you go to fucking Wiener Schnitzel. Like
Well,
everyone else.
Wiener
The hat,
Schnitzel, though, I'm talking like the
Johnny's.
big
McDonald's
ones.
tried a hot dog, no one fucking bought it. Burger
Did
King
they?
tried a hot dog, no one bought it. Fucking everyone's tried a fucking hot dog.
Oh, there you
No
go.
one
bad
buys that
time
shit.
for
'Cause
a
they just
hot
go to
dog.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Well, people are fucking lame then.
Or-
'Cause not
or
everybody
get
has
hot dog on a
Wiener
stick.
Schnitzel.
That's pretty good too.
That's true.
Not everybody has that. Well, if you're in a mall, maybe.
And you're like
But you can also
13.
you can make a hot dog too. But yeah, I fucking love
Right?
hot dogs.
Yeah.
And
30
also
seconds in the
Chicago,
microwave.
I put ketchup on my hot dog. Fuck
Uh-uh.
all of you.
I'm mayonnaise, ketchup, and mustard. So some
Well,
jalapenos.
it's fucking illegal in Chicago
No.
to put ketchup, but y'all can eat my ass.
Yeah. I have to have mayonnaise. People don't like that. They did that whole King of Queens episode
Mm.
about him using mayonnaise on his hot dog.
Oh,
I
that's that
fucking
shit.
see, you're gonna Sonic, fuck
hot
Sonic.
dog?
Dan knows. Fuck Sonic.
Oh, your fucking order that took you 2 years.
Oh yeah, that's the mad.
That's the first.
Now you
trip-
want to talk about me leaving trash? You are rude to your servers. Tab.
I was not. They were rude. See, no. See, this is what's wrong.
They
See,
were.
if anyone
incompetent,
should have been
but you were rude.
Reaction. He
If
reacted.
anyone
He-
should have been upset. It should have been the white person who wasn't getting their food immediately. No, he had to make me do it.
You were.
They literally
I'm
made
not-
us wait. We placed the order. We paid for it. We waited 45 fucking minutes. I finally pushed the button and was like, "Yo, what's coming on our food?" 15 minutes later, they bring our cool food out, and I was like, "Hold on." Oh, no. They left
You
it.
waved
tried
your
it, it was
hand like
fucking-
this. Cancel it. Cancel it.
No.
You were.
They brought us
aggressive.
the food. I was like, all right, fine. I was like, we're good. I finally brought it. I opened it. I ate one fucking thing. It was ice fucking cold. 'Cause it's probably been sitting there a half hour because they didn't bring it to the fucking car. So I pushed the button. They came out, and they're like, "Oh, that's okay. We'll take it back and fix it." I was like, "No.
That's not how it works.
I will take my money back. Okay, we'll put it back in your car. No. I don't trust you. I want fucking cash back." And they brought me fucking cash back. Because if you can't fix my fucking order and bring me my food hot like a
Now, I
fast
will-
food employee, then I don't trust you to fucking refund money to my card. So you give me the cash back and you deal with the other bullshit. I don't think that's after making me wait 45
fucking
minutes.
hour. That's
They
an
should
hour.
have given you.
Yeah,
the
it
food
basically
on the
was.
house,
It
bro.
was no. I wouldn't have ate that fucking cold food at that point. Take
I'm
this shit
saying
and
for
give me my money.
free. Just
I don't give a shit.
At the
I don't-
point, it's the principality, Smokey.
Yeah.
Slash your own video. The taco stream is turning into a hot dog stream.
Yeah, we haven't rated the movie. We're just gonna segue into food.
Okay. Well, we
but-
were in the dine-in theater, so bringing it back together.
And Dan got a sampler plate, right?
This motherfucker, he did.
I'm,
I'm calling him out again.
Georgia is our
Dan
theaters
told
are
us.
better than the California theaters.
Your theater or the theater food?
I'm not talking about food, just the theater itself.
Okay.
The recliners are better. There was one where it only partially reclined. What kind of bullshit is
That
that?
was a weird one. That's when we went to that. That was a classic theater, though. But no, this motherfucker's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna get something light." And then he orders a fucking burger and fry. I'm like, "We're going to eat in 2 hours, motherfucker."
Well, I couldn't hold out, but
Yeah,
the
just
food
like
was
the.
good. though.
Yeah, I remember we came home the night before. He's like, "Oh, I'm not hungry. I'm just gonna get a little something at McDonald's. Let me get the double quarter pounder large." All right.
Well, there we go.
Jack in the Box order, Dan, number 10, right?
Oh, there were a lot of Jack in the Box. But what do we rate this fucking movie?
Okay.
How many
3.5.
hot dogs out of
I'm
5?
I'm 3.5 wieners.
Oh shit, you're a lot higher than I thought.
No, I am
like
a
the
2.
characters.
Yeah, 2.5 for me. But watch it at home.
I'm 3 because I don't know if it has a lot of replay value, but I think it's still worth watching. Great cast. That was the highlight. So, all right. The Shade.
See, Nathan's for people who really love hot dogs. I love a Nathan's and I love a Hebrew National. I like
Dan doesn't like Hebrew Nationals.
Well, I
Hebrew
like my
National is probably the best one. So, but there's never a bad time for a hot dog.
He likes to cut the tiplets off them before he cooks them up.
Damn. All right. So our next movie, it's a Bloom flick from director Chris Weitz. And in this
so
film,
we're going out of order? Okay. Oh, no, I have this different. Never mind. Keep going, Dan.
Thank you, Tad. I listened, Tad. Afraid. And in this film, the Curtis family is selected to test a new home device, a digital assistant called Aya. Aya learns the family's behaviors and begins to anticipate their needs, and she can make sure nothing and no one gets in her family's way.
Hey, Dan, how much did you hate it?
Well, you don't know. Don't assume stuff, Todd. AI, very topical.
About 10 years ago it was.
Oh no, AI is very topical right now.
No, I meant like the Alexa angle is like 10 years later.
Oh, well, yeah, sure. But I mean, artificial intelligence is getting scary.
Oh yeah, that's
very
right.
scary. I was gonna say, yeah. So this one felt, I was like, it's been a shitty year for Bloom with Night Swim, Imaginary. Theatrically, I think maybe one of their worst years ever, because not even just me as a Bloom hater, there's nobody out there singing the praises of Night Swim or Imaginary.
I haven't seen Imaginary, but Night Swim fucking sucked.
Yeah, it's been a really good
and those ones there wasn't a lot of fun to be had with them either.
No. You figured coming off of Megan, which I still think is overrated, but like that movie was at least has awesome moments. It's not awesome, but
fucking awesome.
I was like, this one will probably be good. John Cho.
Real quick, there's a spin-off of Megan that they're working on about a sex doll going crazy.
Yes.
I'm so fucking
Dan
excited.
Is anti that. He's like, this is
he's
the
worst John Connor. He's gonna be John Connor in the sequel. It's like, we gotta rise up against these fucking bitches.
There's gonna be about as many boobs in that as a Care Bears episode. So
that's what you need for a movie to be good, Dan. You need
about a sex doll. But let me get back to this fucking movie, Tad. Thank you. I thought, I was like, this will probably at least be okay, because I think the idea is interesting. It felt like it was made by, no, you know what? I can't even say that because AI makes good songs. But it felt like it was made by malfunctioning AI. It is just pure Bloom by the numbers bullshit. It's not a horror movie.
Did you expect it not to be by the numbers?
Well, it's painfully by the numbers. I think Megan's by the numbers too, but
I thought this was painfully bad in a good way. I had fun with it.
I don't think any moment of it's fun. You get to certain points where you think
with Todd.
This whole thing. Cool. Dan doesn't know how to have fun anymore. I've said that before.
This movie's not fun.
This actually is way better than I thought it was going to be. I had way more fun than I thought it was going to be.
Anytime it feels like it's coming to life, they don't explore anything. Like, I'm like, okay, now is this going to pick up with the boyfriend, the deep fake stuff that was going on? I was like, oh, okay, we're just moving past that now. This is a sci-fi thriller. It's not a horror movie, never scary. They don't even really throw a lot of jump scares in here. It just made me want to go back and watch Demon Seed from 1977. I was like, pretty much, again, like I said about Megan, there's a million different cyborg robot type flicks that you can watch that are better than that. This, honestly, just about anything. Go watch a Black Mirror episode, and you'll have more thrills.
I will say that Black Mirror kicks the shit out of anything. This brings that's not fair.
Any sci-fi show, this was just, they pulled it out of their ass, and there just was nothing.
You had a shitty time, but I had fun. Todd?
I know. This felt to me more like an Into the Dark. I felt like it took me back to that era of TV. And I think if this would have gone on there on the first season, I think Dan would have had a different opinion. He hadn't been soiled yet, because I thought
This
this one was
movie's
fun. It's better than Puka.
What was the most fun? Give me the most fun scene or moment in this movie. I didn't think anything was fun.
Well, if we're gonna slightly spoil this, I thought it was pretty fucking hard when the AI reversed the images of the underage stuff and then went a fucking mile further than it had to ruin that other dude's life. And I'm like, oh, I had a good time with that. I didn't really think it would go that far.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't introduce anything new. It's a shame.
Yeah, why did you expect?
It's nice, it's new shit, but it didn't always have to, dude.
It doesn't do anything good. Like, I mean, the cast is fine. It felt like John Cho was sleepwalking through this. He knew he was in a piece of crap. I thought the wife was, it wasn't an acting issue. It rarely is with Blumhouse.
I think you have a problem with you know what? I'll behave. Never mind.
Nothing. But my question after this, is Bloom in decline? Because nobody has been championing their movies this year.
Yeah, but you know what? Okay.
I get the model. They're not losing a ton of money. But
they're not losing money, and they're entertaining the people they want, not us. They don't give a shit about us because they're
like Kevin Smith. They found a fucking audience and they play to them.
And they're not going to play to the fucking
Sometimes
community.
There's overlaps. Sometimes there's overlap, but not all the time. I didn't have a miserable time watching this. I actually had a way better time than I thought I would. I did watch it at home though. Did you watch it at the movie theater or did you watch it at home?
No, he watched it here while I was working, so he didn't get any of my enjoyment during it. So I was we didn't watch it together. While he watched it here, we didn't really watch it together.
Gotcha. Okay.
No, we didn't, but
because I'm with you. I don't leave the house for this. You wait to Hulu.
Did you guys feel like there was some story missing as well? Now, I'm not suggesting that it would be better if it was longer, but it felt like they really kind of go to the finish pretty quick. Like it felt like there should be, I don't know, 15, 20 more minutes. That's the problem.
Horror for normies, not the weirdos, Dan. So this is a teenager picture. Back in our day, we had dead teenager. Back in my day, we had dead teenager. That technically, you guys did too with the Scream wave.
I was a teenager for that, but yeah,
you weren't for the Scream.
I was 11,
still 10.
10, yeah, actually, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, see, we weren't hanging out then, folks.
Yeah.
See, you reference probably my least favorite period of horror, but even Scream, I'm not a huge fan of that movie, but there's a lot more fun in that than this. This is just.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking rate it the same.
I don't know. I'm actually surprised you guys liked it as much as you did. I'll give you it's not as embarrassingly bad as like A Night Swimmer Imaginary, but I mean, I don't think anybody has.
Those are like season 2 Into the Dark episodes.
Well,
maybe season 3 that never happened.
Beep Bop Boop. I really enjoyed Speaking of Evil. I thought it was a great time at the movies. Yeah, they changed stuff from the original, but I still felt it worked. Okay, is that Blumhouse also?
Yeah,
it's Blumhouse. That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't watch you guys review, but I saw it too.
JG has a question. I'm kind of curious, but to answer about the Black Christmas reboot.
Statement, not a question.
Well, I want to add to it. Made for 13-year-old. That's what I tell people about the Black Christmas reboot. It was made for 13-year-old girls, not us. I don't know any 13-year-old girls that love the last Black.
How many 13-year-old girls you know, Dan?
Okay, hold on. That's Black Xmas though, not
on
Christmas.
YouTube.
I
on
think
movie reviews. I don't know anybody championing.
You're
Black
watching
Christmas
13-year-old girl YouTube reviews, Dan?
There's reviews all over the internet. Nobody's.
You show me these 13-year-old girl reviews, Dan.
You don't want to your algorithm.
Where's Black Christmas 2019 hot topic shit? Nobody likes that fucking movie. There is no fan.
Is that the one he's talking about though?
You show me one.
They liked it. He said it was made for 13-year-old girls, Dan.
Oh, I understand.
But we're not the audience.
There is no audience for Black Christmas 2019. There is nobody out. I fully believe there's nobody out there.
There you go. JG Michael, I know Gen Z girls on Twitter, now X, that love that movie.
I've never seen.
How many 13-year-old girls are you following on Twitter, Dan?
I've never seen anything.
He
from
doesn't.
anybody.
He just fucking
I
said
don't know anybody's.
It doesn't
kids
happen in Dan's
like
world.
it.
It doesn't exist.
I know a ton
Dan
of
is in
people
his
that
own
love
bubble.
Megan. I don't see these fucking Black Christmas 2019 shirts.
The song
Afraid?
is shit other than that.
I've not heard anybody talk about Afraid. I don't think any demographic thinks
Afraid's
anything.
middle of the road fun. That's probably why you probably won't hear about it. That's yeah.
Watch Demon Seed. I'll leave it at that. But
did we rate this fucking thing?
no, we just fought about a lot.
Slash home video. There's a whole community of 13-year-old girls bitching about movies like Us. Somewhere out there. That's awesome.
I don't
Dan
think
says
that's
call him in
true,
5 years.
sadly.
Look, I said 5 years.
Damn. All right. What do you guys rate this piece of shit?
I'm
Now
gonna give
a
it
5. Fuck Dan.
Go ahead. Stand on that 5, Todd. Go for it.
I'll go first. I am not a 5, but I am a 3.5. I did enjoy this.
I'm a 3.5 also. I had fun with it. It was a good. Is it a great movie? No. Are most Blumhouse movies?
I'm gonna watch it again. I plan on watching it again.
I wanted to watch it, but I had to work.
Yeah.
You keep saying popcorn flicks. I mean that's fine, but they're not
okay.
good
Corny
popcorn
teenager
flicks.
Movies.
Yes,
It's
those are
amazing.
popcorn flicks, and those
Yeah.
are fun. These are not fun.
God, Dan, you're so fucking.
Yeah, but that's why they have menus.
Camp, Slumber Party Massacre. Those are popcorn flicks. Those are fun.
No, those are horror films.
A lot more fun. Those are still
Those-
popcorn flicks.
Those are no. That's not what a popcorn.
I love
flick is.
those
A popcorn
movies.
flick
There's
is
nothing-
made for the fucking mainstream. Sleepaway Camp's a fucking indie movie, not a popcorn flick.
Back then, that was made for the mainstream.
Are you
God.
fucking-
We were cooler?
Easy.
It's absolutely a popcorn flick.
It is not, Dan. This is when everyone's a fucking Dan, shut the fuck up.
It's a popcorn flick.
It's
And
not.
pretty much any 80s slasher.
No, it's
I
not.
would
Oh my
call it a
God, you're
popcorn.
so fucking stupid, Dan. They are not popcorn flicks.
100% they're popcorn flicks.
100% wrong. 100%
We'll have this debate.
Dan.
We're putting too much passion into this piece of shit movie. Who
No,
rated it?
You don't know how to
We
use
did. You haven't done it yet.
You rated it, Pugs. Okay. I am
Todd rated it as well.
I'm a 1. It's not a 0 or anything. It's just forgettable Blumhouse trash.
Daily goes, simmer down. Nah.
Fighting over popcorn flicks. But
No, that's
Because
not what
you
he's
think
fighting
Sleepaway
over.
Camp's a fucking popcorn flick.
yes, at that time
not.
it was. Now it wouldn't be.
There we go.
But at that time it was absolutely a popcorn flick. 80s slashers? What else would you call that at the time? Friday the 13th? Popcorn flicks.
No,
I wouldn't have
popcorn.
called it popcorn
No,
flick.
Dan.
Back then, I'm going to stand on that.
Okay, Dan, because
You
Dan was
vote-
there in 1980. Shut the fuck up, Dan. That's
You
what's wrong with
vote-
fucking people speaking on shit who weren't even there, making up their own history. Shut the fuck up, Dan.
1999.
Shut the fuck up and move
Popcorn
on.
flick. Popcorn flick. All right, moving on to the next movie. You broke your mic, Todd. And this
He
movie.
muted for safety.
Hopefully
All
I'll
right.
find another one.
Our next movie. Would you consider? Well, we'll get to it. All right. So, AmFad. All my friends. Do I call this one hashtag AmFad or all my friends are dead?
I just called all my friends are dead.
Yeah.
All my friends are dead. All right.
Yeah. Dan put AKA in the script. So I was like, no, that's not what it's called, Dan.
Okay, I wasn't too sure. I just covering the bases. But All My Friends Are Dead from director Marcus Dunstan. I'm curious with this one. All right, so a group of college friends rent an Airbnb for the biggest music festival of the year. A weekend of partying quickly takes a turn as the group is murdered one by one in ways resembling the 7 deadly sins. Hot tag, I'm kind of curious. This is not typical Marcus Dunstan, but although he made Unhuman, which maybe some similarities, which I liked, by the way.
I like that one too. I enjoyed this one. I'll say that straight out of the bat. There's really no standouts for me, just as an ensemble, what they had to go through, and also 7 Deadly Sins. That's just it's a very cool idea. It's very well put together. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more lighthearted than I thought. So, yeah, I had a great time.
I'll admit, I wasn't looking forward to this one. thought it was just going to be, then I saw, who directed it, and I was a little bit more interested and paid a little bit more attention. And yeah, I agreed, Pugs. I thought this was an entertaining flick. I liked everyone. And overall, yeah, no complaints. It was solid.
Another one I would like to see again.
Yeah.
So, all right, Marcus Dunstan, most people know the Collector movies that he directed, but I mean, he was also a writer for the Feast trilogy.
Yeah.
Saw 4, 6, and 3D, I believe. Might be missing one there. I think it was at least 3 Saw movies. And, Unhuman's a little bit different for sure from those, but, by and large, I liked most of his work. This is definitely his weakest movie. It's kind of a mixed bag. I mean, one thing I'll say for it, I didn't hate it as much as you would think. Obviously, movies
because it wasn't from Blumhouse.
It's so it begins.
It does kind of feel at times like that, but the characters weren't as annoying as you'd expect for influencers. That's usually a bad sign for me. But I saw the director too, and I was like, okay, I'll give this a shot. Characters weren't as annoying as I expected. But the big issue with this one, twists are obvious, nothing you can't predict. It's the kills, lots of CG, and there's a couple that are really fucking bad. The gluttony kill, I don't want to give them away. I mean, the setups are cool. A couple of them deliver. We get a dildo knife.
Fuck yeah, we do.
And I'm like, okay, that's really cool. But then the next minute, I feel like I'm watching a really low budget movie with the CG squirting blood, and it just sort of took me out of it. And that disappointed me with Dunstan, but he has done CG before. I'm not like there are some of those other movies. I mean, The Collection does have some CG. It's not all practical, but this had a lot more though, and it kind of killed it.
Didn't bother me.
Yeah, that also could have been a budgetary,
sure,
because he shot planning for CG. Then you get the shitty CG that kind of sucks. What I was gonna say was I knew Pugs was gonna love it because of the whole 7 thing.
Yeah,
I was like, all right, so last year's 7, I'm in.
Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, it's not awful. I was just expecting a lot more from the director.
Slasher home video. Jojo Siwa is in it. Is she just a cameo or a main character?
Dan doesn't know which
Who
one.
did she play?
See, I'm looking it up right now.
I don't know who she played. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, probably one. I mean, it's an ensemble, so probably one of the main.
I recognize the name. I can't put a face.
Yeah.
JG Michael's asking who that is too. Yeah, we're old and we're trying to figure it out. I think it's the black girl.
Oh no, that was the little white girl.
Is it? Whatever.
Okay.
Slash home video. We don't know.
A musician.
I've heard the name too.
Just turned edgy. Okay. Thank you, Slasher.
Okay.
Isn't she a YouTuber?
Yeah, the picture is definitely not edgy. I'm just going to share the screen.
I mean, if you're a fan,
not edgy picture.
Oh, that's not who I thought.
She played Colette.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, one of the main roles then. So
it is an ensemble piece, though. There's really no main.
Yeah, she looks.
Well, she's in. Yeah.
But if that's a selling point, well, there you go. I don't know. I feel
Slasher home video says, "Look up edgy Siwa. It's pathetic." Sold. I'm gonna do that later.
But I don't know. It's a mixed bag, but I'm leaning more towards not liking it overall.
Oh, that sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I enjoyed the fucking shit out of it, and I really want to watch it again.
Well, yeah. So what do you rate it then, Dan?
I'm gonna be generous and give this one a 2.
Cool. I am a 4 out of 5.
Okay, Pugs is ahead of me. I'm a 3.
So there you go.
Of average.
The dildo knife was clever. The dildo knife was clever. But
again, 7 does it better.
Yeah, there's no what's in the box moment.
I was talking about he fucked her.
You know what's wild? Kevin Spacey, you probably could have afforded him for this movie at this point. That's what they should have done. Can you imagine he just pops up as somebody's dad?
Did no wrong. Sacrifices must be made.
Wow. All right. So
I've said this before.
Outspoken as always. All right. So our next movie.
Yeah. We won't get canceled till the McMahon show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I should ask Mariah on to be a guest, so then they can't cancel it.
Fuck yeah.
There you go.
Please actually do that.
That's
cool.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that post was interesting. All right.
Hey, I'm with her.
All right. So our next movie from Shudder. Or no, I'm sorry.
Actually, I could be too. I just thought about that.
No, the next one is Shudder, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
The demon disorder.
Which one?
I have Slingshot in
Go ahead
front
and do
of
Slingshot then.
Okay, sweet. All right, so our next movie from director Mikael Hafstrom is Slingshot from no, I don't think this is actually. Sorry, wrong company. So this follows an astronaut who struggles to maintain his grip on reality aboard a possibly fatally compromised mission to Saturn's moon Titan. So this came out like right before I left on the trip and went fast. This movie was in and out of the theater shockingly fast. The director, he's very hit or miss. He's done some good stuff, but
what else has he done?
He directed 1408, which I liked a lot. He also did the first Escape Plan with Sylvester Stallone, which is solid, and then a lot of forgettable shit. He did Derailed with Jennifer Aniston, which I think I saw, but I don't remember anything about.
I say everything he's done has been forgettable. I mean,
you're not a 1408 guy? I thought that's like
it doesn't get talked about a lot. I'm saying in general, that's kind of disappeared. So is Escape Plan that kind of just came and went.
I kind of felt like 1408's one a better upper echelon.
I didn't say I didn't like it. I'm just saying they've all kind of just disappeared.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Right with Anthony Hopkins. Again, I saw that. I thought it was fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's his whole catalog.
Is this the one with Ryan Gosling also? The Right? It's a priest movie, right?
Oh, I thought you were talking about a different kind of movie.
No, not those Diddy movies.
No, I don't think Gosling was a star by that point, so you might be thinking of something else. Sorry about
a movie with him. That's fine. There's a movie with those two priests.
Could be wrong, but yeah. So this movie, Casey Affleck, Lawrence Fishburne, that kind of caught my eye. Casey Affleck tends to be picky about the movies that he.
Is he picky or he's just not really
now maybe he
hireable.
Can't be as picky, but he's not canceled anymore. I've seen him in a few things.
He's still,
I love
the recent allegations popping up everywhere. He's back on the fucking radar.
I like A Ghost Story with him quite a bit. Not that he's really in that if you've seen it that much, if you've seen it, but and Manchester by the Sea is really good. So I was excited.
He's great in American Pie.
He is.
He won't come now. That's who we need to get back for one of the sequels. But all right, so
he's locked up. He's been locked up the whole time.
That's how you explain it. So this one's not a horror movie. Once again, this isn't a confined outer space thriller, I guess. But when you look at that trailer, there's like a couple of hallucinations, I guess, dreams in the movie. They kind of made it look like this might be sci-fi horror. This is really just straight science fiction. So know that going in. One issue that I did have with it, Casey Affleck and Emily Beacom, who are love interests in this movie, they have like zero chemistry. Like, I feel like he just texted her a dick pic or something at the beginning of the movie, and they just gutted through it because like they had zero chemistry. And that was kind of
part of the point, though, on his character part.
I
do understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, it was just kind of like, I don't care about this portion of the movie.
If I will be myself in this, it's because she wasn't pretty enough to care. I will just say that.
Damn.
She's not.
Okay.
Like, you suck as a love interest.
Needed somebody a little bit strong. Sydney Sweeney, Pugs is all in.
Oh my God.
He understands. But it's another movie that's longer than it needs to be. Like I do like these types of sci-fi stories. I think where this does sort of win me over is in the final act, because there is kind of a double twist to this one, and I enjoyed how it ended. It didn't need to take so long to get there. This movie kind of looks cheap too. Like we're on a spaceship, but this one really felt like, man, I feel like we should have better production values with Casey Affleck and Lawrence Fishburne.
That is addressed towards the end.
I'm trying not.
Yeah,
but it's a cheap looking movie. It works. It probably honestly is more close to reality, but I like the double twist at the end. I thought the foreshadowing that you may or may not pick up on was cool. I don't know. Seeing Lawrence Fishburne in space, I'm like,
here you go.
Event Horizon.
Shitty ass fucking movie.
I don't understand how you hate this.
I'm bringing it back. I was like, where's Trey and Doughboy?
There we go.
That was good old Larry, not this Lawrence bullshit.
But yeah, I think it kind of won me over at the end. It's another one I can see.
Black Mirror.
Yeah, this one I'd say a little bit more Black Mirror actually. Great ending.
Too fatty. That's all.
Yeah, too fatty. It's a good
too
way
fatty.
To put it.
Ugly female lead.
I was gonna say, if it would have been a Black Mirror episode, it would have been an hour, and I would have liked it a lot more. I didn't
agree.
dislike it, but like at an hour and 48, they could have. Yeah, it was fine for me. It's a one-time watch. I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it, but I'm never gonna have the urge to watch it again. So.
If the Simpsons want to make a Treehouse of Horror episode about this, I think it'd be way better than this. But this is just okay. Very middle of the road. I think Casey did a fantastic job, carried the whole thing. Lawrence Fishburne obviously fucking rules. Frenchie from The Boys, getting more work outside The Boys. That rocks. Hopefully next time he'll get something a little more, I don't know, bigger.
Meaty.
Yeah, meaty. Yeah, something. But yeah, this movie's just fine. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. I'm not going to recommend it. But.
And I didn't like that lack of accent. It threw me off.
He was trying so hard. Like, it did bleed through a little bit, but I give him credit. Ooh, that's a good question. Bebop, boop. Would you rather a movie be too long or too short? I say long because I hate seeing footage get cut out.
It depends. Do I like the movie? Then I'd rather see it too short. If I don't,
well,
I mean, if it's a good movie, if it's a good movie that you love, that you can never be too long.
Yeah.
But people need to know when to make cuts. Case in point, and you'll all agree, I spit on your grave, deja vu.
I agree.
Yeah.
But some of that acting, you would have had to cut out a whole character, and you can't because she's a lead.
No,
I'm going to say majority of the time, I will go short. Just because you always want to leave someone wanting more so they come back.
Yeah. No, we talk about it all the time, particularly like if you know you're making a cheap, like very cheap B movie, 70 minutes more often than not is more than enough to tell that story.
These days too short. Time's too valuable now the older you get. It's like
yeah.
I could watch this for 2 hours or this for 32 minutes.
Hollywood's been training us for longer content anyway, with like Lord of the Rings, and now like TV shows are pretty much just cinematic movies spread out. So like there is an age group where like, yeah, longer the better. Give me all the info. But we don't need that all the time. I will say do short movies unless it's Batman. Then
now speaking of longer movies, I'm still waiting for that episodic example. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Where the fuck's that at?
Oh,
I don't dislike the last Batman, Pugs, but it's way too long.
I disagree. I could have gone a whole another hour, but again, it's Batman. And what we were talking about, if you love something, you want more of it. Look at me, I'm a fat fuck. Of course, I want more.
I'll give you my answer after I rewatch the Batman. If it's too long, because I saw 3 hours, I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching it today.
Beat bop boop. I got you beat by you can times that by 10 probably.
Pugs, yeah.
And the black and white one, like fucking 6. I did.
I remember.
I had free time.
I think you had it in the loop the first. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Fuck yeah.
But Slingshot, I guess just to close this one out, one for the sci-fi fans, I did like it. It's another one though that's just like that one and done watch. I don't think I'd ever need to sit down and watch it again. But you know what? I'm gonna be generous because of the double twist ending, which I did like. I'll give this one a 3. I might be being a little overly generous, but I'm gonna round it up to a 3.
3's above average. That's where I'm at too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a one-time watch, but
yeah,
I'm a 2.5 out of 5.
I was going back and forth between the two, but I do think it's above.
That's cool.
Average.
Sweet.
I didn't hate a sci-fi movie. It happens once in a while. This is pure.
I thought you would rip this one apart because I didn't think
kicks the shit out of Event Horizon.
No.
Oh man, I wish I could understand why you hate it. I get people not liking
I understand that. Like Return of the Living Dead, it is what it is. But I get Event Horizon. I don't hate it as much as Pugs, but I don't love it.
I think it just annoys when everyone brings it up. Although I brought it up today.
And people always like, well, yeah, if you saw the other cut. Well, no one's seen the other cut, so shut the fuck up.
I don't know how much that would have really changed it, because I think a lot of that would have been just quick cut kind of stuff.
Never watching it again. That was the last time I did it for this show. That was it. I'm done. I don't give a shit about the fucking footage if we ever get it. All for you guys.
I don't think you're going to, so it's irrelevant. But all right. Next movie from Shudder and director Stephen Boyle, who I'll talk about. I believe it's his directorial debut, but he has been around a long time.
Is he related to Peter?
He is not. No, nothing quite that cool.
J.G. Michael. Yes. Don't worry about it. Keep going.
All right. So this movie tells the story of Graham, Jake, and Philip Riley and their deceased father. Their paths collide when the family secret is discovered, leading their father's garage to become the site of revenge from beyond the grave. All right. So Stephen Boyle, he's been around a long time. He's a special effects guy that goes back to the Spierig brothers of Undead fame. He's done effects, I believe, on just about every movie that they've done going back to Undead, but he's also done amazing work on Black Sheep, one that I think Love and Monsters, which is also one that came out during lockdown, and I would have liked to have seen a sequel to, quite frankly. I enjoyed that. But I believe this is his first directorial job that he's had. I was interested because, of course, I love Australian film. Little bit hesitant because, again, possession story. At least if it's an exorcism movie, which I'm happy to say it's not really an exorcism movie. Those don't always deliver unless Russell Crowe's in it. So, and the Spierig brothers are also involved. Peter does the score on this one, and I think they're producers. So it's kind of cool that he's getting his chance behind the camera. One thing, John Noble, I don't know if anybody's a Fringe fan, but he was one of the main stars with Joshua Jackson, I believe, on Fringe. Really good show. If you're an X-Files fan, it went a little bit, I think 5 or 6 seasons. So it was cool seeing him as the dad. I think the 3 brothers had really good chemistry, and it's interesting because there's a big age gap between the 3 of them. But I was like, okay, I like all these guys. And the thing that I really think sets this movie apart from a lot of possession stories is some fantastic effects work that has nothing to do with exorcism or anything like that. In fact, there's some really good creature effects in this one. You can see where the director's roots are, because that part of the movie I think is fantastic. I like the 3 main characters. Everybody surrounding them, it felt like they almost didn't need to be there. There's the cute mechanic girl that felt like she didn't add anything to the story, but whatever. You
can't have a fucking movie with all dudes anymore.
Yeah, I get it. I
forgot what the name is. There's someone in the chat. If you know the name or the rule, let me know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The script is a little bit undercooked. I think he needs a little work on that side of things. But there are some fantastic body horror type effects in this. Demons just coming out of people's bodies. Some really cool shit that entertained me quite a bit. It's still kind of a B movie. I don't want to. There's nothing. It's not a substance level effects necessarily, but I really enjoyed it. What did you guys think?
You want to go, Todd?
Go for it.
I am not like you, Dan. I did not enjoy it as much as you did. However, I do see potential in future work with the special effects, because that shit kind of came out of nowhere, but I appreciated the hell out of it. I'm like, this is visually interesting as fuck. How it comes about, I'm like, that's gross. I'm in. But there's just a lot of fat in between. Now, I was in a terrible mood when I watched this movie. I was pretty upset about something off topic. So I am going to revisit this, but right now that might have impacted my enjoyment of the film a little bit, because again, everybody did a fantastic job. I felt it was too long and a little bloaty. So, and then those weird ass characters that come in randomly and then we're just here for a little bit. I'm with you. It's unneeded. So.
I'll be honest. I'm struggling to remember this one.
Okay.
It's already escaped my brain.
You remember the creature? That's it, right?
I do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
that's right.
I mean, that's the highlight. But I guess at this point, anything where I'm thinking exorcism bullshit, I go in expecting something very just bland that I've seen a million times. So I'm happy to say that this is a good sign, maybe, that we're kind of getting away from just ripping off The Exorcist and we're trying to do some different things. Because there've been a lot of good ones.
This was just middle of the road Shudder to me, so I wasn't impressed.
It's not top tier. I'd say it's better than the average Shudder movie, though, but definitely not.
No, I would not say that at all.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. I've certainly seen worse on Shudder.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it's the bottom. I'm just saying it's.
Yeah. What do you give this one, Todd?
The fact that I can't really remember anything with that at 2.5, I'm just gonna be in the middle on it.
Oh, well,
I was gonna go 2,
but
I'm just gonna stick it because I'm struggling to remember it, so I'm just calling it in the middle because I have 2 down, but
being generous, that's cool. I'm a 2.5 out of 5. I thought there are standout moments, but as a whole, I can't justify rating it any higher.
I was actually very entertained by this, so I'm going to give this one a 3.5. I enjoyed it, even though it's not perfect. I'm not saying it is, but I wouldn't mind seeing. There's a potential for there's follow up.
A lot of that's fine too. But I'm excited to see what other stories this man wants to tell.
All right, so this is the warning portion. We're gonna get a little spoilery in there coming up on our show topic. The other thing is, you might want to watch this live because it might get cut. I'm gonna do my rant first.
Yeah, I missed some stuff in the chat. We're getting a Yui Bowl discussion that's pretty interesting. Yeah. I would agree. A lot of his movies are underrated. Rampage is great.
Yeah.
Salt on Wall Street is also actually a lot of fun.
I haven't seen that one.
Postal.
Yeah. Postal,
my rant, the trauma one. I was just gonna.
I forgot. Yeah.
I was just kind of gonna let it go and not say anything, but it's like, all right. So I was super excited this week. Trauma technically refused films in the UK. Lame. Who did Killing Miss Campbell? Who's doing? Yeah. They just launched the
Eating Miss Campbell.
Eating Miss Campbell. Thank you. Yes.
Refuse Films did Eating Miss Campbell.
Yeah. And they started their new Trome Archive Collection Volume 1 and announced 3 titles. They've actually we're talking about Cannibal the Musicals. It was in all the other mailings or in the slips or, in the last releases coming soon. So, but Cannibal the Musical was officially announced along with Toxic Avenger and Sergeant Kabuki Man. And these are fan collections. You look at it, like things that I want are like 100% in there. Like my number one thing has always been like I want to see every single one of the Lloyd intros. So like for Toxic Avenger, it has the VHS, the first release, second release, Laserdisc, first DVD, second DVD, Blu-ray. So like all the Lloyd content is there. Every volume has of the 20. Every episode starting each collection number, you have an episode of Troma's Edge TV, you have an episode of UK's Troma's Basement. These things are stacked. They're like the definitive versions. So they're announced. And Vinegar Syndrome goes and announces theirs to Undercut. Now they're in their full rights to do it. They have it in the US. But to do it like time it out so you're not being a dick so everyone knows, instead of waiting like 12 hours to do it once the news is out and then they're kind of worried about their sales. Like people are still going to buy theirs no matter what. So I don't know what the fucking point was other than to hurt them.
Not everybody though. There are some that, you know what I mean? Like, I get some like, oh, I wanted that. I ordered it. Oh, fuck. Vinegar Syndrome announces it a month later. Not everybody's going to buy that twice. You know, the Vinegar
Syndrome diehard fan. Yeah. Like there's a certain section.
The slipcover aficionados are
that's their bread and butter. That's where
there's enough of them out there to double dip.
Yeah. There's at least 3,000 on almost every title. So,
no, but not everybody, in fairness.
Point is, either way, but that's not where it ends. I was just going to let it go. You know, it's theirs. They got to do it. But all right. The owner of Refuse Films, Liam Reagan, went on Reddit today, discussed their upcoming release of Cannibal the Musical and how VS upstaging announcement of their release has caused people to cancel their pre-orders with them to order from VS. He also mentioned that American sellers like Diabolic and Orbit have been emailed and told not to import Refuse release as well. See, that's where I have a problem.
Now you're stopping people from, yeah.
And Orbit and Diabolic are sites that import releases to sell in the US. So Vinegar Syndrome muscling in and being like, hey, you can't get that's some bullshit. Because like why not just let it choose like every other fucking release? No.
It's a Mr. McMahon move.
Don't try to make it cool. That's where Refusing is incredibly small distributor with only 5 titles available on their site and not close to being competition to VS. So I don't understand the bullying going on here. I heard they did the same thing to Umbrella with the Red Rock release. This feels scummy of VS, not only to cause financial damage to a label in another country by preventing them from having their titles sold in the States, but also making sites not sell Refuse's version, probably under the threat that it will not, the site, they won't get VS titles. I think that's where my problem lies. Like just being like, okay. Oh, wait, what is this one?
Slash home video saying, playing devil's advocate, they might have gotten the deal and pressed the discs without even knowing that.
VS, absolutely not. I mean, like I've known Cannibal's been coming out. It's been talked about, and they know they have the rights. Vinegar Syndrome does. So, there's no way that they didn't know. They pay attention to what other labels do, and the fact that it was announced when it was. It's a Black Friday title that they don't announce till fucking Black Friday, and then they announced it 12 hours after Refuse Films.
I get it. I mean,
I'm saying it's their right to do the announcement. I was annoyed at that, whatever. I let it go. But like going out and preventing them, that's Troma. So I'm like, fuck y'all. I mean, and these are titles that like, he's a Troma guy. So this is like connected to Troma. So
well, I'm sure they also were concerned because Refuse Films has stuff that they don't, apparently, you said on this. So for the they know they're not getting the Lloyd titles in the US. Vinegar Syndrome knows that. They have access to them in the UK. That's the only difference. Yeah. But no, I get it, but
the point is that's where it becomes a scummy thing. So
it's a tough one.
See, all right, I'm gonna go with this. When you start to ban art, you're in serious trouble as a society.
Not really banning it though.
Well, I know it's playing off the other thing.
Oh, okay.
But they're yeah. I don't know. It's a bullshit.
Oh, the bebop.
I was always going to buy both, so it doesn't matter.
Right, okay.
But-
I'm unaffected, but I realize they're fucking assholes.
Yeah, that was dirty. And I was always going to order directly from Refuse to give them the most money. I love what they're doing. They're doing like these are the exact releases as a Trauma fan I want. 100%. Do I care? I'm buying my 23rd copy of Toxic Avenger? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
And they're all going to have multiple cult cuts. I don't know. It just, like I said, I wasn't going to say anything after just their like kind of douchey, like, oh, okay, we're going to announce it now to undercut. That's, yeah. And this is what, this is one side of the story, but I don't think Vinegar Syndrome will ever say anything.
I don't think obviously Vinegar Syndrome is not, living and dying on a
maybe,
Hannibal the musical, but
maybe Bill was right. I think we need Justice for Banana Man shirts now.
I mean, it's so, I guess you could kind of say it's a lot like wrestling, there's promoters that'll call up other, talent. It's like, don't do that show. It's harsh, but
Ben Grimm.
I thought Dawn of the Disc leaked it, so they announced it. Leak the Vinegar Syndrome release or the Refused Films released. So that I don't know. But that was it. Just annoyed. Stupid. Some bullshit either way.
We need more boutique labels beefing because that's gone since Banana Man passed. Bill passed.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that wasn't the part that like I wasn't going to say anything off that. It was the other thing. That's
I don't want labels beefing. Fuck that.
No, they always have.
But like dirty, like
maybe.
this?
Oh, damn it! I can't say that on air.
Easy.
Remind me who Vinegar Syndrome is when we're off air. You guys know if you really think about what wrestling promotion that has beef with everyone.
All right.
So,
well, you know what? I'm gonna say Cauldron Films. You're the heels for not sending my goddamn Fulci set. Hurry up. So they're on my shit list.
Yeah, that's what you should just start waiting, getting them from pre-ordering there. Then you don't have to worry about when they're sending them out.
They're making it a little bit easier to wait for Amazon, if I'm being honest. But I wasn't too sure if that was going to sell out. But I'm like, God damn, guys, give me the fucking set. It's already.
I forget. Sorry. Excuse me from telling you to buy it from the little guy. Of course, Dan has to get back on the fucking corporate dick.
Well, Cauldron is the little guy, but I don't know. I don't know where they're going.
It's not about that. It's about you don't want that Massacre video wait time. So at least
Massacre videos made a hell of a comeback this year. They've been putting out all kinds of stuff
when they send them out.
Well, I'm kind of like
I'm still waiting on a Phantom Killer too, but we do have something like we got sidetracked with the rant. We have very much needed our Ritalin today. We have not been able to stay focused.
Yeah. We haven't had a regular show in a while, so it makes little sense.
Getting back in the rhythm. And we got a tournament coming up.
Still don't because we're one man down.
Yeah.
But our next Wednesday is going to be the first October show.
Yeah, shit. Okay.
And I guess we'll announce it now since it starts in like 6 days. So
was this it? All right.
Our tournament begins October 1st. Dan, what's our tournament?
Okay, so we're giving it away now.
We're just the name.
It starts in like fucking 6 days, so we should probably promote it.
Absolutely. So our tournament is the Tournament of the Living Dead. So with a special guest, Chris McGibbon, zombie expert.
From what show, Dan?
From the Spooky Family Podcast.
Spooky Picture Show.
Spooky Picture Show. I think you're fucking with me back and forth. I don't know why I can't keep.
Who put family?
Yeah, and who was fucking with you? I just said
the name.
No.
Okay, I'll get it right. I don't know why I can't get it right. It's a big podcast. Michael Phelps.
Dan can't remember the name.
I'm psyching myself out now. I can't say it
never
right.
Been invited on.
I wonder why.
Maybe I don't want to do the show, Todd. How about
we'll go with
that. and yes, so this will be the first year you have to watch it live. We're not going to play it early on streaming. or on streaming, on fucking what's it called, Patreon.
Patreon.
But we're gonna have a special announcement if you watch all of the tournament. So
Yeah.
there is something special coming from you.
Yeah, we will.
Coming
We
forward.
more than make up for it. But yeah, you'll enjoy it.
It'll be coming in November too.
There you go.
And I real quick in the chat, I /home video on Scream Factory. Their practices are cancer. I agree.
Oh yeah, fuck Scream Factory. I'm fine saying that at this point.
Okay, well, I think it's the quality control that's the issue, because when they do something well, like I have no complaint with Friday the 13th set.
Quality control has been an issue for them for a decade at least. It's
More
been
than
a long time.
they put out good shit. I like their titles that they get are good. I'm glad they exist.
Sure.
Because to get eyes on certain products, so other companies can get it maybe later.
Maybe if they would have put out the fucking extras. Yeah, I have my personal beef too.
Yeah.
That might be. There are two moments in boutique label history that reached like new levels. Scream Factory, like telling you to wipe the jizz off those Child's Play discs. That was like God.
A bunch of grown men crying they had to wipe their discs off. I still don't get it.
Dude, I
had to wipe my disc off myself.
So
yeah, it shouldn't have came like that with it, but it was a simple fucking solution.
You get that Cannibal the Musical
Were you gonna send it
4K.
And I just have to wipe it off and I'm done. I'm fine. I'm not gonna fucking.
So you got a fucking load dripping down that disc.
Well, one, I know what it was, so I'm not stupid. So I know it's just fucking condensation, and to wipe it the fuck off.
I've never seen that on any.
Todd makes these things too.
Thousands
I understand
of discs.
exactly what it is because I buy cases and I have to wipe them off because that shit happens.
I see the ring on the
get the new one. Yeah,
I see that little ring on the case. I've never gotten a brand new disc that feels like fucking like they just busted.
That's fine, Dan. How hard was the solution?
I'm saying I don't want to wipe jizz off.
Why the fuck are you guys all fucking stupid over this? And that was hard not to say the other word.
I
get it, but it's so you're still so upset. It's fucking stupid. Wipe it off. Shut the fuck up. Move on.
/home video says it's the principle.
I get that, but
yeah,
you guys are just looking for something to get mad at that point. If the solution
did it leave
is
a stain?
Wiping it off. No.
Did it leave a stain? Yeah,
no.
I don't actually.
It happens on the cases. So Dan doesn't even have the discs. He's being all fucking stupid over that.
I've seen pictures of the loads on the fucking.
Yeah,
disc.
okay.
You're those fucking white people that get mad when someone calls the black guy an N-word. Like big fucking deal. They didn't call you one.
I'm sorry. I'm standing on principle too. Don't come on my fucking physical media. God damn it.
Well, now you're not gonna like when I come visit you, Dan. I'm gonna fucking.
Will you agree on this? Will you agree on this second one? Because I'm going way back, and some of you may not remember.
If I'm ordering a fucking Rocco Siffredi fucking lifetime achievement disc, and he decides that he wants to leave some fucking DNA, I'm not gonna complain on that.
And come on the case. Don't come on the disc.
No, see that's where you're wrong because you can't just wipe it off the case. If it gets in the paper,
are you talking about the plastic or the actual like?
I don't know. Do you understand? I don't because
either
it's science.
We have a fucking whole show to talk about.
If you can give me other examples of ever seeing a new disc like that, several examples. Give me 3 that you've ever seen.
How hard is this?
Like that.
I wiped it the fuck off. I'm done.
I'm not suggesting that it's hard. It's still like.
It's annoying, but you guys are so fucking entitled. It's gross. Shut the fuck up about it. Wipe it off and move the fuck on.
Weigh in the comments on this.
A bunch of fucking people who can't wipe their own fucking disc. You're gonna send it back? No. You're just gonna whine on the fucking internet like a dumbass. Wipe it, move it. We're done.
Damn. All right.
There's more important things in life than a fucking.
Let me get to the second thing though before I forget.
Jesus Christ, protect it.
Get some fabulous.
Jesus Christ, get out of the house.
You remember when Bill
gave
away that guy? Yeah, shit talking everybody. Goddamn. When Bill gave away that guy's credit card information because he was complaining about I believe it was the extra scene in Nightmare, and he's like. Then they had that back and forth. It's like, I guess you really want to see that guy's ass. And then he gave away his credit card information in the group. I was like,
how much did you buy, Dan? I really don't care. You guys can be mad about the fucking jizz on the disc, but the solution is simple, and I said it then. It's not that big a fucking deal.
Just wipe it off. That's
But yeah. Hey,
swipe the cup.
You do it. You do it when you leave the guy the money, Dan. It's done. Just wipe it off.
You come in the eyeball. Just wipe it off. You're good. Flush it out. In that case, maybe.
Sympathies to people with PTSD.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Beep, bop, boop. It's not hard to wipe a disc. That being said, you would expect some standards from a quality product manufacturer.
There you go.
I agree with that, but
they also give you an easy solution.
Yeah, I mean that's where my problem was. If there was like something physically you had to send it back and it was a whole thing, I'd have more sympathy.
I don't like the breaking thing. Like you had to break your old disc. Like, it doesn't fucking work. Just fucking send me one.
That's shitty too. It's like I got it.
That goes back to Fox and Warner. They used to always make you do that when you send it back. It's annoying, and I'm glad they stopped doing it. But, yeah, it is. But I'd rather them send me the disc and have me mail it back than break it. I'd rather they just not do that. Yeah,
just send me a fucking disc.
Speaking of which, where the fuck's my opera replacement? God damn it! Are those getting shipped out yet?
Someone asked about that too.
Okay,
I got mine, but I guess mine would be fine.
No, the replacements haven't been sent yet.
Oh, I thought it was automatic if it hadn't.
They're going to get automatically shipped. No.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Slash Rome Vita says I couldn't even get them to send me a new case. It wasn't damaged enough for their standards. Oh yeah, I would just stop buying from them.
Bullshit, yeah.
I
do not like buying from them direct. The last thing I did was the Night of the Demons. That was only because I got the fucking employee discount. Because I helped on that one.
There's a lot of little things, not just Scream Factory, that I'll notice now where it's like, one in general, don't be snarky with people when you fuck up, because we're spending a lot of money, as you know all too well. We're spending a lot of money on this stuff, so when you fuck up, don't be snarky to your fans on the internet. I don't know. That's my opinion.
I don't know.
If you're funny.
Code Red Bill was pretty goddamn entertaining, though. I loved when he was snarky with he was a complete psychopath, though. That's
entertaining as hell and a legit psychopath. I do miss Bill, but
all right. Yeah, the cardboard. I will admit, I'm about to make Vinegar Syndrome send me a new slipcover for the Call Me Macho Woman because it's fucked up and it's trauma.
Their shipping's been pretty kind to me. I don't have too many complaints with Vinegar Syndrome. Maybe once or twice, and that was screener era.
Now mine's going to take forever.
Producer Todd,
we're going to say subscriber or not. Fuck you, man, to the line.
Vinegar Syndrome has never come on our discs.
That's why it's fuck your screeners.
They're tweeners. They're not full like heels. But Scream Factory's a heel.
Nah, they're all fucking heels now.
Todd, before we get into the next thing, stall for 30 seconds. I'll be right back.
Because you have a go. All right, sweet. We'll talk about what Dan did when you're bye, Dan. All right, there we go. Fucking wolf chud.
Just so you know, I've started.
Oh, well, shit.
I think we're okay.
That's all right. Dan,
although we are about to talk about the case. Are we going to say what we're talking about right now?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we're talking about go ahead. What's the name of the show? We should wait for Dan. He's going to get all stupid.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we're talking about Menendez next.
Yeah, but it's plural. It's not monster. It's monsters. It's still like the second season or the follow-up show to the Dahmer show. I'm pretty stoked to talk
That's
about
really
this.
confusing people.
It's not hard. And number 3, Monster. It will be on Ed Gein, my personal favorite.
I'm not a fan of the casting. I'll be honest.
You don't like Sons of Augusta? No. Sons of Augusta. That's Ed Gein's mom.
I just don't like the casting. I'm not a fan. I don't know. He seems too young. I
think you're still remembering Jax though. Or did you watch Sons of Anarchy? Yeah, right.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Of course I did. And he's still too young. I think.
I don't think so. I think that with some right makeup, I think he'll be all right.
We'll see.
It's interesting. I would not have cast him myself, but all right.
Like, I mean, so far, casting so far, I see it, but the other ones, yeah.
Bebop Boop. Yes, Ed Gein's also my favorite serial killer. Team Gein for life. Technically not a serial killer, but he gets lumped in. Absolutely. Mama's boy.
Well, he definitely inspired two of my favorite films. So now we'll talk about another
For that
one.
reason alone,
Inspired
he
one of
gets
my
to join
favorite
the club.
music videos, Natural Born Killers.
Okay.
For a lot of years, it was Ice Cube and Dr. Dre who murdered the parents of the Menendez. But I guess now we're going to a different story. They also killed OJ's wife in the video too.
Precursor.
So pretty good video.
Yeah.
All right. So
What are we talking about, Dan?
We are talking about, Monsters, the Lyle and Erik Menendez story, or I guess technically it's Monsters season 2.
No, it is, but Dahmer is called Monster. This one's Monsters.
It's weird because I tend to go by like IMDb and they call it season 2, but Monsters, the Lyle and Erik Menendez story.
Season 2.
It's technically season 2. But the name's just
not hard, Dan. Monster.
And next season, I'll probably go back to Monster because it's one.
Yeah.
Have they
so when we finally get our Leonard Lake and Charles Ng episode, it'll be a Monsters one also.
There is so much you could do with that case too, but I don't know if it's well known.
Dan, you better go out for Leonard. I'm telling you.
I will audition for that. I will. Fuck, I'll do it.
Billy Bean. Fuck yeah, dude. That's badass. Ed Gein is my neighbor. Well, the empty lot his farm was on and the unmarked grave is. Gein is a ghoul.
Wow.
He didn't hit the number of kills for the FBI to label. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Very cool. JG Michael. I went on a dearly departed tour in LA that dealt a lot with the Menendez bros. Imagine being on a bus and a tour guide is just pointing to where the Menendez got arrested, where they killed someone, etc. Yeah, it's a good day.
we drove past the house on the last trip.
I believe we went by the OJ.
Yeah.
We did we do both?
We saw Menendez.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember. And if you I don't know if you're Dearly Departed, I believe they stopped doing actual tours now, but they have a YouTube channel where he takes you and shows you all the stuff. It's actually a really good channel. I think it's just Dearly Departed or Dearly Departed Tours. Same guy does this YouTube series. It's one of the ones I actually do watch. So
nice. So Menendez brothers, I guess to kick it off before we get into the show,
lemon and ketchup.
Well, we got some bullshit going on in here. Should I just read the letter started off?
Sure.
Because you know who released the statement, right?
I do not.
You don't know who's not happy? Erik.
Oh, shocker.
Oh, okay.
Where's the quote? Let me pull it up.
How does he see the show?
Well, a statement issued through social media account of his wife, Tammy, asking, is the truth not enough? Menendez accuses Murphy of undermining decades of progress and shedding light on childhood trauma with the show, the second installment of the Monster franchise. Sorry, it's talking about that. Calling the series disheartening slander, Menendez seems to take a special issue with the show's depiction of Lyle, referring to its depiction of him as being full of blatant lies. Murphy writes, shapes his horrible narrative through vile and appalling character portrayals of Lyle and me and disheartening slander. So
he killed his parents. I fuck him. Like your views are a little skewed, sir.
I mean, if you're aware of this story and watch this, the Menudo doc as well.
Well, I mean, it goes enough time. Well, like he says, it goes back through a time and an era when the prosecution built narrative and a belief system that males were not sexually abused and that males experienced assault trauma different than women. And yeah, that's kind of what it's.
The early part of his statement, I was like, okay, I kind of with him, but once you got to further on, I'm like, no, that's
which part?
The part that I agreed. Right before like the taking away some of the progress, because a lot of the people that will watch this are just going to focus on the shooting part.
I think yeah, it was. Even when we were watching it, I thought it was like the way they were handling it was like weird. It didn't. And I don't.
They were the heroes of the show, which is weird.
But they were also they weren't likable.
They made him dislikable. I mean, not that we're supposed to love him.
Yeah, they were sympathetic. How about that?
Well, yeah, because awful shit happened to them, but they weren't like, you can see how they fucked themselves during the court process. They did a lot of dumb shit.
They did to the lead up, but their lawyer was dog shit. She sucked so fucking well. Not their lawyer.
I didn't even know that it sucked, but it was even then.
She's awful. No, she thought it was in the bag. She didn't fucking try.
Yeah, men hated.
Oh yeah,
they always like. She was just the one that. Yeah, we did not.
Yeah, I didn't like
her. Fuck that bitch. That's the way it was back.
And I think it was realistic, being the 90s too, and we talked about this, where you could see the way they portrayed it with the male jurors, like that didn't happen. Like people,
okay, I know we're just jumping all around everyone this one, but like I will defend the fact that like he admits to his psychologist, not psychologist, therapist, whatever.
Was it a psychiatrist? Not therapist.
We'll go therapist for this. Okay, he complains to him and tells him the murder, but leaves out the gay stuff. But I mean, that was a time where like they'd rather be known as that than that. That's the way society was at the point. So like, and then using the tapes about him talking to his girlfriend and him not saying that was, well, yeah, he doesn't want his girlfriend to think he was getting, it makes all the lies about the sexual assault and not telling certain people made sense. It was a different time. You can't put your 2024 eyes. Well, why didn't they just tell them? Because that was like,
it was harder at the time.
Yeah,
like,
it was.
It's hard all the time. I don't want to like diminish the trauma that it causes, but back a few years ago, you just dealt with it. you end up growing a drinking problem. You repeat the cycle or you break it. There was no talking about it.
Yeah.
So, I thought that part was realistic.
Knees.
And that's why they all. And it's.
Cliff Booth is asking, so were they gay with each other? That is unconfirmed, but there's a lot.
That now,
at a party.
One thing with Ryan Murphy, I thought some of the scenes with the brothers was a little bit like his fetishes are coming out a bit.
Those were the rumors back in the day, though. That went around. He just happens to have the gay eye and make it look good.
Yeah. I mean, it was a little. They focused on a few things that I maybe come off as a little bit weird. If it was like a male director directing a woman, I think there would be some shit there. But just to backtrack to the actual the case, and the actors, I thought were fantastic. I thought they did a very good job.
Well, what did I say? One of them looked like Scott Wolf.
He did, yeah. He's like the new Scott Wolf.
Dan was waiting the whole goddamn show to see Javier slapping cheeks, but
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to see a stick pin. Like, just grab a pin. That's all I need. Get some pins and needles.
There was no mention of ketchup, fuck cinnamon, but cinnamon was for a different use. That was the before, the other was the after.
Cinnamon, pineapple, and
I can't take this serious, the fact that we didn't get ketchup mentioned. Thing's a sham.
I agree. I fucking agree. Watch the Menudo doc to understand, and then possible merch coming soon.
Do you guys think they're getting out of jail? Because
I think they're going to get another trial. I do.
I think it might. I think best case scenario is the Alfred agreement or plea deal, whatever that is, where they admit that they're guilty, but they let them out because they've done enough time. Kind of like the
thing is, they are guilty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But with the trauma process from the child abuse and all that stuff, I think they might be like, you know what, you guys, we'll cut you a break. You can spend your golden years outside. I do think that's the most possible, most likely outcome.
No way you can look at that second trial and not see it was railroaded.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I was telling Dan, because before the show, I was like, yeah, it was the OJ that was it. And I double checked. It was like literally a week before that second trial started.
Yeah.
They were fucking out for blood. They fucking, God damn it. It's all Zsa Zsa Gabor's fault.
We gotta slap that fucking.
Her and goddamn OJ.
If it was Sean Connery, I think it'd have been all right.
Zombie, they're not that old. I think they're only in their like barely 50s. So I mean, they've got a lot of life to live.
I think
they were out of high school by 89. So
the hardest thing I
early
think for people like then was like how old Lyle was. It Erik or Lyle? Which was the younger one?
Lyle.
Lyle,
Okay,
I think.
was how old Lyle was, and that his dad was still like. You're thinking like, okay, there was no concept of grooming then. Like, why didn't he just beat his dad's ass when he was trying to hump him? Like, that's the normal thought. Like, any of us here, like, but it's
also that's dad.
Well,
it's something like
people weren't as knowledgeable.
They couldn't process the fact. Well, he's a grown ass man. Why wouldn't he just say, "Dad, don't put that dick there"? But I mean,
Erik is the younger one.
Okay,
sorry,
but I mean that makes sense because he was the one who was bitching.
Yeah, the taller one's the younger one. There you go.
So,
and
I lost track of my rant.
Sorry.
Okay.
The Menudo doc is a good tie-in too if you watch them both. I can't remember.
It's on
was
Peacock.
it just Menudo? What was the? Okay,
Menudo. Was it Menudo and Menendez or Menendez and Menudo?
I think Menudo was first.
Yeah, Menudo was the first one that came out. If that's what you're asking.
No, in the title.
The
I think it's. I don't remember, but it's amazing. You should check it out. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there were some evil fucking people running things in the 90s and beyond, but yeah.
Well, and if you would have watched it with us, you would have got to hear a lot of Fright Night 2 jokes.
Yeah.
Oh, Todd popped when there's a scene, and it's not a spoiler. Javier Bardem wearing the live entertainment
video jacket. Hell yeah! It was like the post-credit scene too, and I was like, oh. Like every time, I was just like, I wanted him, to talk about Fright Night 2. Because if you don't know the story with Fright Night 2, it is that's why we don't have a video release of it, because it's tied up at the end with the live rights and the Menendez murder. So that's why there's not a legitimate one as of now.
Ben Grimm, Menudo, the boy band, yes,
because
he's they were his fleshlight as well.
Yes,
did he?
Well, and mostly another guy, which you'll see. But yeah, there's the Menudo.
Yeah, but Javier Bardem.
Javier Bardem who was bagging the kids. Hopefully.
Carlos. Yeah. Let's talk about the fucking brutal fucking gunning scene.
God damn.
That caught me off guard. I'm like, this is slightly disrespectful, but I am fucking in. Fucking blowing off the hand. Holy shit. Also, the positions weren't correct because those pussies, although I do like the Menendez, they shot their dad in the back, not the front. But it's more entertaining. Yeah, this way.
Okay.
Michael is there's a connection between Friday 2 and yes. Yep. There is. That's like kind of why it's been like stuck in limbo, because Ricky Martin was entertainment, and So.
How many copies would they sell if you had a Menendez brothers commentary on Fright Night?
Oh my God. Now, I know the right people. We can make that
come out. We're gonna make Fright Night 3, and I
want a double feature though, because I want the Fright Night. I also want Batman 89 because that was their fucking alibi.
Oh yeah, there's good attention to detail.
Wasn't the cable guy about this too? There was Menendez scenes in there. I don't remember. Yeah. I know they show the trial on hard copy.
Ricky Martin was in that too.
The triangle.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah, Menudo,
yeah. The hard copy, right?
Yeah, no, Current Affair.
Current Affair. That's the one that's on the show.
I was with Maury Povich. That shit was the shit.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but
original.
They kind of imply Ricky Martin was.
Oh yeah,
that he wouldn't name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he got Menudo too.
Yeah, he's Menudoing people as well. I don't want to.
Allegedly,
he may be on the list with Diddy. Wait for that Netflix fucking.
I was listening.
Dude, it's coming.
So mad I couldn't chime in yet. So I was listening today.
No.
You are 100% going to get the Ryan Murphy Diddy mini series.
I'm gonna make some free Diddy shirts just to see if who'll get them. I'll wear one just to start shit. I don't care.
I can't joke with this. I can't.
I understand.
know you want me on board.
I do.
Not happening because I want to see that. Yeah, no, fuck them. Can't say anything on there.
Okay.
But that's definitely coming. I also kind of appreciate it because they were in jail with some big names. There is an OJ cameo.
That happened a lot, dude. They legitimately were fucking cellmates, in the same thing, but like next door to each other.
I mentioned
they didn't pay Cuba Gooding to play OJ though.
I was hoping. I was really fucking hoping because they could tie it back in.
Talking about that too.
Yeah. Love that show.
Todd would have popped if you just been OJ. Fright Night 2. We're gonna get out and we're gonna make millions.
Yeah, there was lots of opportunities for Fright Night 2 jokes.
Naked Gun 4 is gonna outgross it. I guarantee it.
Damn it! I forgot what I was gonna say.
Sorry, Fright Night 2, and I derail.
No, it was
t-shirts?
No. God damn it!
Did he?
Oh no, I was gonna say Tupac was also in prison with them.
X-Rated,
which actually we ended up watching an interview with X-Rated, who he was instrumental in helping them get out. Yeah. And they've been tight, and X-Rated was actually there when the brothers were reunited for the first time. He was the one. I think it was Lyle wanted him in. Those two were already together and tight. So yeah.
Do you think because the nature of the murders were pretty brutal? I mean, they shot their mom and then looked right at her and put more shots in him.
He went out and reloaded.
Do you think that's what I'm saying? Do you think if they just, I don't know, poisoned him or something, that maybe they would have skated? Maybe the brutality of the murder.
One of them could have kept their mouth shut, they would still be. We'd be at Fright Night 4 by now.
Although the cops weren't believing what happened, so it might have went down. But that's the thing. I think they could have got away with it had they shut the fuck up. If they have enough money to get away with it, I'm now certain they would have got away with it.
The one thing though is they were still spoiled rich kids, and that was the biggest issue with their trial. That in between, we don't think boys can get assaulted. It was hard for 90s America to believe that was happening, and that's the biggest problem with the trial. And they didn't get a fair. You could say the first trial, fine, mistrial, what it was, but 100% they did not get a fair trial on their second one, the one they were.
Their second one, no, that they should be ashamed of themselves. I understand they were mad trying to get the revenge for fucking OJ, but that's horseshit.
Yeah. You could play a drinking game with the actress that played the lawyer. It's objection. Shut the fuck up.
The second trial wasn't televised. Is that if my memory serves?
No, it wasn't.
But you know what they did do? And this was whole thing at the time. They did the reenactments on E. Do you remember when they used to do that?
I do.
They did the OJ trial. They did the whole thing. They did every day. It was like a series. But Menendez is when they started, and they do they didn't do the whole transcript of the day before, but they do little bits.
Do you have that footage, Todd? Maybe we can do something for that on Patreon.
I might have some of the OJ. I know I have a Menendez True Hollywood Story, which probably has that reenactment footage.
I'll write that down as a future possibility.
We still got to, we should have just done a Menendez show, because there's that one with Miklo from Blood In, Blood Out.
Fuck Erik. Yeah, I love that fucking movie. Yeah, I want to rewatch that.
And that's what they're totally that's the one Dan always talks about. They're just fucking, oh no, they're fucking just out there killing. It's the whole thing.
No more Henry.
I would say this is a pretty fair doc, because again,
not a doc.
Not doc, sorry, yeah.
I don't know. I kind of felt like they were trying to go. I don't know. Didn't feel it.
They didn't try and make them full on heroes. They were unlikable. That was their problem. But they were also the victims. Two things can be true.
But that's not what the show is, though.
That's also very true. I did see someone in the chat earlier say
They
Go
should
ahead.
have just called it Monster and let you because then it could have been Jose. It doesn't have to be them.
Well, it
You know what
doesn't
I mean?
have to. You can still look at it that way now.
But it's you're right because there's two of them too.
Yeah.
But the way they
And also,
play it,
all
they don't
four,
play it like that.
they get. Well, I know that, but the whole family is full of monsters. You can do that too.
Yeah, that's true.
The scene where the mom just like yanks his fucking like toupee off.
Okay,
with the
let's just do it
dinner
this way. Should the mama got it too? I'm a yes.
Wait,
I mean, if we're going like, should these people be
Oh.
murdered? Yeah,
I didn't say
that was
that.
extremely disrespectful. No,
I
what
mean,
she did is extremely disrespectful. Not what
That's
we
what,
did.
yeah.
in fairness to the mom, could you
I
say
see the way you talk
100% that she knew? But you know what I'm saying, like that. I mean, there's a lot of evidence that Jose. Was
They
a
even
monster.
talk about
Yeah, but they also
they talk
you
about the
know.
other family members saying that like you knew not to go in that room when Jose was in there with the boys. Like she knew what was going.
She almost,
And
I would say, did know, but like you
I'm-
could maybe make an argument. Did she? Did she?
she was jealous of her sons for getting the action that she did
The
not.
monsters are the parents. That's not the way the show paints it, though.
Yeah.
Well,
I think the Menendez the Menendez family, monsters. Everyone there didn't get out unscathed. they all got their problems. They're all kind of shitty.
Yeah. I don't know. It does feel like this is going to sway the public perception a little bit.
That's what we were talking about when the first paragraph Homeboy said when they regressed all the progress that they made about their case. Like you did, because this is salacious and it paints you in a it paints you in a shitty photo. Yeah, paint you shitty, but you did a shitty act.
Oh yeah, I get that. But I think their issue was the way they you can tell they were trying to make Erik the liar,
the batter guy.
Yeah, and but I go back to like his stuff goes back to him trying to protect himself from people knowing about the assault.
Yeah,
and I think that like if Murphy didn't get that or just went over his head or he didn't care, but it seems like he should. Like it seems like something that he'd be aware of, but he just kind of went the other way with it. I don't know.
You can also see that too. Like if he's that standoffish and that quick to react, that's proving your point and disproving what you just said. Because he's trying to hide it. That's why he's so quick to defend himself.
I don't know. I appreciate that they didn't just make them like the standard like Hollywood like we're actually the good guys. I kind of like that they showed the shittiness. I mean, even though awful shit happened to them, they should be out of jail. I don't think too many people, if you look deep enough into the case, would be like, okay, they've been there since what, 89? Or when were they arrested?
Well, I guess they were arrested in 90. Well, the trial started in 92. 1993.
Yeah. So I mean they've been in jail for a long.
And the second trial was 94.
Yeah. I don't think they're exactly a danger to society at this point.
You can never tell with that.
Well, you can never tell 100%, but I suspect they get out, they're gonna probably be just fine. But who knows?
If they let your nutbag Gypsy Rose out, what's wrong with the Menendez bugs?
Well, she didn't actually pull the trigger or stab her. These gentlemen did.
Some could say she's worse by manipulating the other.
I mean,
less intelligent.
Charles Manson still got in trouble, but yeah.
Gypsy Rose I would not be shocked if she's back in.
Oh yeah, I could see her.
Oh, she's gonna get her other husband to kill somebody. Maybe even the new baby. 100%. Who knows? I want to be the next Casey Anthony. We're gonna get another fucking MILF shirt.
Erik is, because they're asking how old the Menendez are.
Oh,
Erik is 53.
Yeah.
Let's check Lyle.
What are they, like 3 years
56.
difference?
Lyle is 56, so that makes his hair piece about 42.
Get the good shit from, where was it? Cambodia?
It's a lot of that prison stuff. Like, yeah, that's some of the stuff. Like,
there's a lot of
rich kid. Like I'm not used to getting what he wants.
And I don't know how much of that is true and how much of that is artistic license. Because like the stuff I know about the case, that was accurate, but like some of it's like, are we doing artistic license. Oh, we got a free Joe Exotic. So
Hell yeah.
He's a weird one. I have a little less sympathy for
Oh,
him, you know,
animal
using
cruelty, but-
animals.
I honestly though, if he ran right now, he would get my vote. Fucking-
we did not talk about the dog sequence in Never Let Go. That was fucking stressful.
we didn't get to spoilers.
Oh
Right?
well, I'm not saying what happened.
Okay.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Somebody
I
else
would have been so upset.
I was like, oh, this is gonna cause walkouts.
JG, there's a good Manson movie with Elijah Wood, and I'm spacing on the name right now.
God of Man.
God of Man? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
Man of God. Fuck. It's fucking excellent.
Yeah, that kind of
No Man of God. Oh shit.
But yeah, I mean the Manson. That's another weird case.
No Man of God. It's on. Hold on.
Now I kind of want an American Monsters Menendez movie. Can we get another one from fucking what's his name? Derek.
What do you?
Yeah, that'd be fucking awesome. But like, we can get the house break-ins.
Yes, because it's always something not the main case.
Yeah.
Not to segue, but Ryan Murphy, I could 100% see him doing the Vince miniseries.
Oh yeah, like
because you have a murder there.
You're close, Dan, no. He's doing the Patterson one. Don't get it twisted.
Ooh, fuck yeah! Actually, I want that one more from Ryan. Fuck yeah!
I don't think it has to be
it's perfect. American Sports Story too.
Well, it's gotta be just as much Mel Phillips and Terry Garvin. Then it can't just be Patterson. I don't think
he could be the main
because he's the star. Of course, they'll be in there because now we're gonna get too much into the McMahon talk.
Quentin Tarantino is Mel Phillips.
I want a Night Stalker monster series. Bebop Boop says that would be good. I'm sure he's on the docket. Yeah.
Is it going to bring back which Night Stalker does it bring back?
We can get Zolo, fucking Miguel from fucking Cobra Kai.
I can see that. I'm into that. That's better casting than Charlie fucking. Fuck it. It's better casting than Jax Teller. There we go. I could see Opie as more of an Ed Gein.
He's too tall. He could be the brother.
He's not frail enough. I don't think Charlie is either.
I don't know. They're everyone's too buff.
Christian Bale would have been perfect because he would have got down to weight.
He would have been in the shape. Yep.
He would have looked just like him.
For me, it's Albert Fish. I'd really like to see that tackled, but
Bill Nye, come on, he's still around.
Other movie, I haven't watched it. I have the serial. Is that one any good? I know I saved it for whenever we do our serial killer gimmick. The Albert Fish movie called Albert Fish.
Is it the one with the cross on the cover, like the red?
Yeah.
It's not really a movie. It's kind of like a doc/telling. It's really cool. It's really cool.
We haven't had the definitive Albert Fish movie, and I still think that's like fucking nightmare fuel. And I know Dean Corll's a big one for you too, Pugs. But yeah, Albert Fish. You listen to some podcasts on him, that dude was just fucking scary. You know what we should do before we start talking about every other serial killer. So do we recommend the show to others?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I'd say the OJ was better, I think.
I think Monster, the first one was better also.
That's American Crime Story. Yeah. This one is Monster.
Well, let's be honest. This is just Ryan Murphy's workaround to do American Crime Story on Hulu.
You got to get paid. I respect it because he's doing the sports shit too. Get your money, man. American
Horror, whatever the fuck it is, that's FX. Everything, the Monsters, Netflix.
What if he ties it into American Horror Story? They get released and then they move into the murder house.
If they cast Menendez on, well, we do have American Horror Stories this year. I think it's just 4 episodes this year, but
Grotesque or what is it? Grotesque, right?
Grotesquerie.
Is that Ryan Murphy too, or is that someone else?
It has to be. It has to be
Ryan Murphy.
It feels and looks like him. So
I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure on that, but
it could also be Hannibal Fuller, actually.
The serial killers I'm most interested on. Well, Dan knows. It's good old Leonard and Charles.
Leonard Lake and Charles Ng. I think
Dan does a mean Charles Ng impression. Go ahead, do it, Dan.
Spot on.
No, not on YouTube.
So come to our future live shows where Dan actually preaches about racial shit.
You know what, Dan? Oh, I'm going to pitch it off air because it might be the way we have to do it. I got a plan.
Well, there is an idea out there for a movie, but
well, no, I have a plan with your other gimmick, and I don't want to tip it off on air.
Okay, cool.
Just remind me then.
JG Michael saying Leonard Lake and Ning, you can never make a Hollywood movie about. I disagree, sir.
I mean,
it doesn't need to be Hollywood.
Right?
What about Leopold and Loeb? Fist pump, beep boop. That's pretty funny.
I've seen my fill though. Like, I don't need another Ted Bundy or Charles Manson story. Like, at this point, I'm so
I'll
burned
take
out.
Yeah,
I'm not watching.
I'll still watch them, but I mean, I'm just like, I know this. I know the story. You could do another maybe Dahmer movie if you really wanted to make it a gore film more, but I don't know. I know these stories. Like, there's some really interesting killers out there.
Chicago
In fact, how did that Elm Street that we watched? What was it? Murders on Elm Street.
I just watched the new episode yesterday. Check it out; it's really good.
They have got some fascinating cases on that show. We
watched the new one, Dan. It's up now. It's pretty good.
Two things: Zombies asking about Creepshow new season, and then Bebop Boop is the shit for bringing up fucking Toy Box.
Toy Box Killer.
That is a brutal one.
Yeah.
Now that you would have trouble if you really without pussing out, because I've read a couple.
I haven't heard anything about Creep. Definitely, they're not getting a new season.
Parker Ray. What the fuck's his name? Toy Box Killer. David
Parker
Ray, right?
That might be it. But yeah, I keep thinking
Parker Ray. Like fuck, I gotta turn in my fucking serial killer aficionado card here.
Bullshit. You could do it again. It's just.
David Parker Ray. All right, still got it. Check out a band called Goratorium. They have a song called Toy Box, and it's about the Toy Box Killer, and it's fucking hard as shit.
Well, there you go. So we've sent people down a true crime rabbit hole at this point.
just throwing it out there because it doesn't get enough love. Henry 2 is a mighty fine film. Different than the first, but I do enjoy it.
I think it'd be better regarded if they didn't call it Henry 2. Like, let's just different story. Let's drop the 2. I really think that would have been enough for people to, I don't know.
Henry's some of the early years, maybe
something like that.
My favorite was when Henry 2, because he's not Rooker, showed up on Seinfeld and he was the one who's like making a bootleg.
Yeah.
And basically just playing Henry on Seinfeld. Well, yes, of course we have. Well, go ahead, Pugs. I'll let you read that one.
JG Michael, Henry 2 is good. You seen Confessions of a Serial Killer, that Unearthed released?
We reviewed it.
We have, and I fell in love with it. It's fucking fantastic. I'll be talking about that at the end of the year. I'm on a t-shirt. We need a t-shirt.
All right.
What else did we miss anything that we didn't talk about yet? I think we put over Halloween, which again, we got some really cool shit coming up for you guys in addition to the tournament. So you get a couple shows sometimes a day. So hit the notification bell, all that good stuff, and let us know if there's something you want.
Still get a Troma 365 every goddamn day.
Yeah, you're getting down to the wire. You're gonna have somebody that's gonna
200s like
I know Pugs when you're here. I was supposed to have you record and I totally forgot.
That's okay. I'll be there eventually.
I got one bookmarked for you.
All right.
Sweet. Yeah, sorry, I misread your Gacy's had a lot of stuff too.
He's made for Monster though. I can see
because you have like pillar of the community. There's a lot that you can turn that into. I don't know. Toy Box would be
for Gacy though, the single killer season, Gacy. For the multiple monster season, Chicago Rippers. More people need to know about these fucking guys who cut tits off and fuck the hole. Fucking gnarly.
There you go. I don't think you're gonna get any whole tit fucking in.
Did you see the gunshot we got in fucking Menendez? I'm not gonna hold my breath. I think they might prove. I think it might go fucking hard.
They might. I don't know. Who do you have? Who's a good choice for Gacy now that hasn't?
Well, if Ethan Suplee didn't lose all the goddamn weight.
Ain't it back, Ethan?
Scientology lose it.
Breaking Bad, Frank.
I've never seen Breaking Bad.
But you know the actor I'm talking about. I can't remember his fucking name.
Yeah. No.
But the older years, we're gonna have to cast a little younger one for.
I'm gonna say no.
He's too intense. He's intense, man.
He's a great actor, but I'm not quite feeling him as Gacy. I don't know. Something's not quite there. William Forsythe played a damn good Gacy.
Well, William Forsythe, fucking William Forsythe.
So did fucking the guy who stole Pee-wee's bike, but he's too old now. His ears look gigantic when I saw him in fucking stream. That is true. Your ears get bigger when you get old. I was like, God damn it, are those clown ears?
What's up, Dumbo?
I'm curious to see what else Ryan Murphy does, but I don't think you're going to get Toy Box.
Never say never, man.
Fingers crossed, but
do BTK and David Parker Ray.
JG, yeah, we didn't go to Museum of Death this trip, but we've been there a couple times together. You ever read Gacy's letters at Museum of Death? Yes, and that is, if you're in LA, you have to go to Museum of Death.
Beep bop boop, Ed Kemper. You want to see the best portrayal of this guy? Watch Mindhunters. Yeah. Fucking incredible.
They got some of the best portrayals of a lot of them in that.
I wish if we don't get a season 3, just get a fucking movie to cap off what happened.
I've not given up on Mindhunters.
They have, but the conversation has started.
Ben just casted Pogo.
Paul Walter Husser from Richard Jewell.
You could have just said Stingray.
Fucking Stingray is Gacy.
Right?
Yeah, that's it. Mindhunters may be the best show of all time. It's definitely in the conversation. I will not deny that.
Not a bad episode, not a bad season.
I've watched it like 10 times. Dan, weren't you talking shit about people who watch the fucking things over and over again? That's one we do all the time, and I'm sure you have. It's comforting.
You know, just back to Ryan Murphy, one of the finest moments is when we got all the serial killers together. I was like, that should just be like a comedy. You should just find, you know what?
Well, I did write a musical about serial killers in high school, like when High School Musical came out. I'll look it up and see how it went.
Angsty serial killer sitcom. There you go. Yeah, all good choices. But angsty serial killers, like you do it like you. Dawson's Creek was referenced earlier.
Pretty much, that's what I would do.
Charles Ng is like picked on. He's like the nerd. And
well, they could
Leonard and Charles weren't in it, but I will add them. And
they could do Seventh Heaven if they got the Menendez dad in there. So there you go.
Here we go.
Man, I never watched Seventh Heaven, but that show has to be so fucking ruined after.
We should rewatch it. I did like the
Look
show.
for clues.
Yeah. Well, I had a big.
We can do that with Cosby Show too.
Yeah. Ghost Dad.
Oh yeah.
What's Justin Timberlake's wife's name? Jessica Biel. Yeah, I like her.
Yeah.
Are they still married?
Yeah, for now until the cabal gets them.
Was he having issues?
Oh yeah, he got pulled over. He's like, "You're ruining our world tour," and he's right. And the young cop didn't know who the fuck he was.
Oh man, if I was driving by, he's
like,
yeah,
motherfucker, I brought sexy back.
Was it Renee's? I don't want to put it. Reese Witherspoon, wasn't she the one who pulled the "You know who I am" card?
Yeah, she did.
She's
drunk as fuck.
That one's
Find
funny.
the charger to this. You'll get to hear the message.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, wait. The one I
The
don't want
horror
to
icon message.
Dude, get the fuck. Order it off eBay. Fuck, I would have bought you a charger. But here's the question. So, guys, that if he gets
don't put it over because I don't know if we're going to be able to.
Easy. Look forward to a possibility of something to look forward to. Look how happy Dan got. So
you would get a million clicks on that video.
I don't know if I can legitimately leak it though.
Oh, you know what? Why couldn't you? If it's a message to somebody,
it was a message to a business.
Like if we did,
who knows? It might leak. That happens. So shut up.
I feel like you'd be okay. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that, but you're in for a treat if that happens. But
I already told Dan to stop talking about it, and he's still trying to put something over that.
My bad.
I'm just gonna fucking smash it right here, Dan's.
Gallagher.
Smash their dreams. Smash their dreams.
That's what I'm just gonna threaten him every time. Not even that. I'm just gonna jam my scissors where it charges, and it'll never charge.
Zombies at saying I think a Slash movie with starring Vince D'Onofrio would be great. Well, sell.
I mean, D'Onofrio can do anything.
Yeah.
Trauma superstar Vincent D'Onofrio from The Last Turn On. First Turn On.
There's some video out there of someone making a comment about his acting or something, and he kind of flips out on him. I don't know what it was, when it was. I mean, it would have been in the last
full metal jacket on him. And right at the end, after he's all in his face, pretty good, right? And it fucking walks away.
He just got mad. It pissed him off, and I thought it was a funny clip. And I can't remember for what or where it was at, but he got really annoyed at the guy's comment. It's funny.
Bebop Boop is my friend now. In defense of Casey, he employed a lot of construction workers. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Two sides of the coin.
What about all the good things he did? Come on.
He fucking KFC, ran on time, organized jail events. It's great.
Hey, great birthday parties. You got to look on the bright side. But I believe that's all we have for you guys tonight. We knew this one was going to be a longer show when we get into true crime, but stay tuned. Lots of cool stuff coming your way. And that's all I got. Patreon.com/FleshWoundFeatures. It all starts at just $1. We'll have some good new content coming up there soon, uncensored as always. And yeah,
starting next Monday, we kick off the Halloween season with the spooky themed Flesh Wound farce and go straight into Tournament of the Dead on October 1st.
Ooh, I can't wait to see what the lineup for farce, because I know it's like horror themed comedies, right? Or Halloween.
The first one's kind of a borderline. I'll tell you right now. For the 30th, we have It Came from Hollywood, more of a sci-fi spoof Hollywood B movie, but it's still sci-fi themed. Like, well, if you've never seen it, check it out. That's one of my favorites. I loved the film as a kid.
Beep bop boop. Thanks for fucking hanging out with us. This shit was cool.
Yes, thank you.
Good to see you again.
JG, we haven't covered the first one yet, but I'll throw that in the mix. It's not happening this year because this year's already locked. Maybe recorded.
Right. I don't know. Ozzy might like that.
I don't think he will. So it's probably a good pick.
Yeah.
I do have a Saturday the 14th. I'm gonna push those, so we'll make those happen.
Sweet.
Okay. Maybe I'll push it the next Saturday. No, that will work. We air on Mondays. Never mind.
You have a special.
I don't give a fuck if it's Monday the 17th.
There you go.
There you go. So on that note, guys, good night.
16th.
And we'll see you here. We'll see you here next time.
Money's on the dresser.
To quote Richard Ramirez, I'll see you in Disneyland.